Usual gang of misfits and dope addicts are here.
Jackie in Mill Creek is
is
very sad. The news today.
Where's that?
Mill Creek.
Okay. Well,
tragedy.
Tito Jackson,
Ditto.
New York Times writes, founding member, along with his brothers. Can you name them all?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Marlon,
Wow.
Jermaine,
Okay.
Michael,
Tito.
Tito,
Two more.
Chauncey.
Klaus. Hector. No.
What's the Jackson 5?
Jackie and Randy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jackie
and Randy.
Okay.
His death was announced in a statement early Monday by his three sons, Taj, Terrell, and TJ.
Of course.
On an Instagram account. They say some of you may know him as Tito Jackson from the legendary Jackson 5. Some of you may call him Tito. Some may know him as Coach Tito. Some may call him Papa T. Nevertheless, he will be missed tremendously.
His name is Toriano Adaryl Jackson.
Yeah. And, so he didn't sing that song. That was Michael.
That was Michael.
But he did sing ABC.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Well, Michael sang ABC too.
It's not-
They all.
well, according to this, he sang ABC and I'll Be There.
No, those are Michael.
Those are all
he
Michael.
sang on them.
Yeah. He may have sang background.
Yeah.
Let's see. I thought it said he sang the lead on.
No.
Yeah. He became a teen heartthrob. Became a teen heartthrob. Saying, well,
That's Michael.
yeah. This is written, unfortunately. It's not written well. It says, well, I won't go into it. He was 70. And
Heart attack, I think.
the family didn't say. He was the
Murder. Then it was murder.
he was he was the guitar player in the band.
Was he the oldest? Did you?
I don't think
No,
so.
no,
I
he
don't
wouldn't have
know.
been the oldest.
I think Jermaine might be the
No,
oldest.
Jermaine's not the oldest.
He's not the oldest?
No, Hector is. Hector is the oldest. Hector Jackson. He's the rest of them are still, well, Michael's not, but then
Yeah.
the others are still alive, right? Hector and
Let's see. Jackie is 73.
Okay.
Jermaine is 69.
I'm going to say Marlon.
Latoya is 68. Marlon is 67. No, Jackie's the
So
oldest.
Jackie's the oldest.
well, sad news for the Jackson family and his kids, and he was still performing pretty recently too. He did, he'd go and play the guitar and sing, and because he needed the money.
Did he need the money? He
I-
didn't need the
I
money.
don't know if he did or not. He was.
None of them need the money, I don't think.
I don't know.
They got pretty well screwed over by their father
Yeah.
in lots of ways. You would think money was I mean, don't I remember correctly? Michael actually died. He was in tremendous debt, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, he needed a lot of money. He was in.
He spent a lot of. He
I was
was not
gonna
a good
say,
money manager.
Did he MC Hammer that money?
You think it's never going to end, and then then your money people come to you and say it's happened to Johnny Depp.
It's nice. It happened to me too, but it happened when I was 15, and I was just making money mowing lawns and stuff. So I didn't have that much to lose.
Like Johnny Depp's sued his money managers because he ran out of money, and they said, Johnny, it's because you buy like castles and islands and things you can't afford, and we tell you not to buy them. They won in court when he sued them. They're
really?
like, yeah. He's like, I'm broke and it's your fault. They're like, no, it's not. We told you not to buy those things.
We have it on record. We've taped all those conversations.
I'm sure they did.
Did he Nick Cage his way through all that money?
Yeah. You think it's never going to end.
Yep.
I wonder how Nick Cage is doing money-wise. I mean, he spends a lot of money.
I think
but
he straightened up and is starting to take better
And
more
he-
responsible
And
choices.
he works constantly.
And he's always working.
Yeah.
He's not buying dinosaur skulls anymore and first issues of Batman, things like that.
Tito Jackson continued to work in the music business over the years, releasing a solo album, Tito Time, it was called, in 2016. And he toured with some of his brothers. The group, now called the Jacksons, because there aren't 5, were scheduled to perform in Atlantic City, New Jersey in October.
Oh, great. Now what are they going to do?
Well,
who's
there's-
going to play guitar for him?
They'll get somebody. Is this Tito Time?
Mm-hmm.
Put it on me?
Put it on me.
What? What is it?
A sweater.
Yes.
Sweater.
A shawl.
Sweater on me.
It's cold in here.
It's a really nice sweater. Put it on me.
Put it on me.
That was okay.
And this is a song about another song about the sweater, about how it's handmade, called "We Made It."
We'll take it to the limit until we reach the top.
I don't like that one as well.
No.
If you wanna
Oh, it's a slow jam.
but I think you should know it's a one-way street.
Tito Jackson married Dolores Didi Martez at the age of 18. The couple divorced in 1988. In 1994, she was found dead in a swimming pool.
It's not his fault.
The death was originally ruled accidental. Later, Los Angeles businessman Donald Bohanna was charged with and found guilty of her murder.
Really?
This one is called Tito Love.
No, it's not good.
No. No.
Girl?
No.
Girl?
Yeah. Not good.
No, no, Tito. I'm so particular.
Yeah, it says here in Wikipedia that it was a heart attack. He died. He died while driving to Oklahoma
Really?
from New Mexico.
They had a song called Heart Attack. I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
We should have played that.
Jackson 5?
I think so.
huh?
I didn't know it was a heart attack. Otherwise, I would have.
I'm pretty sure. Maybe.
Maybe not.
I don't know.
We should have.
I'm not
No.
finding.
No.
Oh, well, no, that's not it.
No.
No, I'm not finding anything.
I thought they had a song called Heart Attack.
No.
Could have played some other heart attack song.
Are you thinking of Olivia Newton-John?
No, it's like a boy singer.
Yeah, sorry.
This has been Farting Around with Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96, Radio from Hell.
All right. Let's take a break, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll come back with your check-ins. 877-602-9696 if you've a mind to do it. Check in with the Radio from Hell show. I'm still not recovered from Friday. I feel like I just wrung out, absolutely wrung out from doing the all-day show. 877-602-9696, or you can text us 33986. However you choose to do it, do it.
So yeah, there you go.
I have an email of interest here.
Email of interest.
Yes. It is, in fact, an
Okay,
email of interest.
I'm interested to hear it.
All right.
Should I just do it now?
Well,
Without your wonderful intro that
Yes,
you're looking for, I can.
email of interest.
Now, I'm doing this email of interest because I got this email yesterday. Mm-hmm. I never heard, to whom it may concern, I never heard back regarding my email below. I would have appreciated a response. It's fine if it wasn't interesting or you didn't have time. An acknowledgement would be appreciated.
Okay.
And this is from Ken Ingram. Now, I apologize, Ken Ingram. This is an interesting email. I get tons of email.
Yeah.
I go through all kinds of email, and sometimes things get lost in the shuffle. I read this email to myself and meant to follow up on it and didn't.
Okay.
So here it is now.
Okay.
And then I'll contact Ken and tell him that we did this. It says, Dear Carrie, Bill, and Gina, my name is Ken Ingram, and I am a long-time listener of the program since 1999, my high school years. Thanks for letting me listen. I write you for a memoriam shout-out to my father, Terry Ingram. This year will be 10 years since his passing. He was fond of radio. He majored in communications from Weber State University and was inducted as a fellow in the Radio Club of America. In his earlier years, he worked as a disc jockey and chief engineer for KLO Radio in Ogden. Later, he would have a career in communications as executive director for VECC 911 for the rest of his life. On July 22nd, 1972, my dad and KLO Radio performed the Damn Thing broadcast at Pine View Reservoir, the world's first live underwater radio broadcast.
Really?
Bill, being an Ogdenite, may be familiar with this. Well, in 1972, I don't believe I was in Ogden anymore. I was in Pennsylvania. It was one of the many promotional stunts of the era. This was to coincide with the Days of 47 celebration. They engineered and manufactured a broadcasting capsule out of a shell from a hot water heater from a car wash to have the broadcast in. I have
Sounds
attached
like the thing that went down to the Titanic.
I have attached the article featured in Aquarius magazine in 1973. I will let you read it for the specifics of the event if you are so inclined. He loved scuba diving and radio and was very proud of his accomplishment. I am a regular boater at Pine View Reservoir, and I always think about this every time I go there, and I thought you and other people would enjoy learning of this event that took place over 50 years ago. Please let me know if you plan to broadcast this, as me and my family would love to listen. Well, Ken, I'm doing it without alerting you ahead of time, but hopefully...
It'll be available on the podcast.
Yeah, you'll get the podcast of it. He's included the article in Aquarius magazine, and in fact, they did this. They went down. Now they had breathing apparatus, but they went down and got into this capsule in Pine View Reservoir.
That's so cool.
And did a break. I haven't read the whole story.
How long were they down there? Does it say?
I haven't read the whole article, so it's hard for me to say. They had they put a light and they put an air hose into the tank. Mm-hmm. There was a light in there. There was a seat, an emergency air supply, a microphone. So they actually did this. I'll see you. We sank to the bottom. I'll see you at Pineview Dam, minute 22nd. I'm trying to see if it says how long. I'll read through it and we'll do some more about it.
That was before the term liability was a thing.
Like our management would never have allowed us to do that.
That's cool.
And then there's he sent an obituary of his dad, Terry Penrod Ingram, who died in 2013, pretty young, at the age of 66. Natural causes, it says. He was I remember his name. I may have even met him.
Because KLO, you knew people at KLO.
Yeah. Well, actually, I was not. I knew people who were on the air at KLO, but I wasn't in radio at the time. Mm-hmm. Anyway.
All right.
I'm seeing if in the obituary they don't mention his. They should have mentioned his broadcast at the bottom of Pine View. There you go. Anyway.
Thank you for your email of interest.
Six.
6:20. Let's get this over with.
That's what I say. We'll start the show officially, then we'll go to your check-ins, 877-602-9696, or you can text us 33986. Do we have a sponsor here?
The Hit the Road savings is going on now. Save up to $120 on select Michelin tires now through September 29th. After mail-in rebates, instant savings, Big O Tires, the team you trust.
The moon is nearly full. It'll be a full moon tomorrow. The moon will rise today at 7:06 p.m., today being Monday. It's the 16th day of September in the year of our Lord Jesus Christ, 2024. It's National Sit with a Stranger Day.
Oh, no.
No, what they're trying to
sit
do is
where-
they're trying to encourage you to, learn about other people that you don't know, but I don't know about that. Sounds kind of dangerous, doesn't it? National Tattoo Story Day, National Choose Your Chocolate Day, Cinnamon Raisin Bread Day, and Trail of Tears Commemoration Day. Cherokees and other Native Americans forced out of their homes, sent to live in a region assigned by the government. During the journey conducted on foot, many people died. It was an act signed by Donald Trump's favorite president, Andrew Jackson, who he has said many times that's his favorite president, Andrew Jackson, the guy who started the Trail of Tears.
Yeah.
Back to the tattoo thing.
Yeah.
Carrie only has one tattoo.
Yeah.
The story of that is just it's Avengers. It's,
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And reading the comics all my life. They made the movie.
Yeah.
They pulled it off.
Yeah.
I commemorate it.
And Bill has several tattoos.
I have
Do people?
One,
do you
two,
tell your tattoo stories
3,
to people?
4. I think I have 4. I think. Not very often. No. I mean,
My favorite is the bee tattoo that we got in trouble for having a medical procedure in the studio. That's
I got this tattoo of this bee, and did it on the air, and got in trouble.
you can't. It's a medical procedure.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
They were gonna, suspend me or something.
Luckily, that bad man doesn't work here anymore.
I was going to mention, and then I'll officially begin the show. Now, about what did they say? 1/3 of Americans have tattoos.
Yeah,
I think it's 1/3.
It used to be, edgy.
Rare.
And,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I'm edgy for not having one.
you are.
This is the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio. Carrie Jackson. I'm tattooed Bill Allred. Over there is Tattooless Gina Barberi. Katie, for short, is our producer, but she's not here. She's off playing with dinosaurs and listening to EDM music. So Macy and Dawson
And Gus is here. We don't have Vax here, but we have Gus.
Gus
for
the
puppy
dog.
cam.
asleep there. All right.
Cute.
There you go.
I guess.
All right. We'll go to your check.
All right, let's begin with Adam.
Hey, Adam.
Good morning.
Hi.
Morning.
Thanks for letting me listen.
Mm-hmm.
Geek Show says hey.
Hey.
And Gina, you've got this.
Thanks, Adam. I needed that today.
All right. What's up, Adam?
So I have an expo idea for you.
Okay.
What is a word that people mispronounce that just drives you crazy?
A word that people mispronounce. Well, give us an example. You must have one.
So I was helping my parents load stuff into a truck, and my mom kept saying, "Do you need some bungee cords?"
Pungy.
Pungy.
I got bungee cords, but
Bungee cords. Yeah. Did you,
You need pungy?
you know what you needed to do? Slap her. Every time she does that, slap her. She'll get it.
yeah, I don't think that would go over well.
Mine is Kamala. That's my favorite one these days. It's Kamala. You know it's Kamala. You're saying it that way on purpose.
Mine's always been pamphlet.
Pamphlet?
You're supposed to say pamphlet, and for years I said pamphlet.
Pamphlet.
For years and years and years it was pamphlet.
Yeah, I never said the word clothes right. For years.
Clothes?
I always said clothes, like CLOSE, clothes. But you're supposed to say clothes. So, but I don't know, nothing. Nothing comes to mind that other people do. That, I mean, when I hear a mispronounced word, sometimes it grates on me. But
Thanks, Adam.
thank you, Adam.
All right.
Okay. Let's go to Austin.
Austin, where are you calling from?
Good morning. Thanks for letting me listen.
Yeah.
I'm calling from West Valley.
Okay, what's up?
Well, today is my anniversary, and I'd like to give my wife Tia a special shout out and tell her that I love her.
Aw, that's nice.
That's very good.
Look at that.
Nice. How long have you been married?
So, today is now 8 years. And I know Carrie normally hits us with some Little River Band on such an occasion. But I'll say this about those anniversary shout-outs.
Yes.
It's no Pablo Cruz.
Well,
It's
no.
no Pablo Cruz.
No, it is.
I will
No.
give you this instead. How about? There you go.
All right.
So, if I may,
Yes.
I've prepared a few words that I'd like to share.
Okay.
Wow.
When my baby smiles at me, I go to Rio. De Janeiro. Mio mio.
Yeah.
I go wild, and then I have to do the samba and La Bamba.
So
Now,
romantic.
I'm not the kind of person
He's going to go on
with a passion or persuasion for dancing or romancing,
Uh-huh.
but I give in to the rhythm, and my feet follow the beating of my heart.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa. When my baby smiles at me, I go to Rio
Yeah.
de Janeiro.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Austin.
Your wife, Tia, is a lucky woman.
I'll say.
I think
You're a poet.
I think this is the last day of their marriage. She's going to serve him with papers.
There we go.
See you later.
That was enjoyable.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. I'll take that any day.
Well done.
All right, let's go to Milo.
Hello, Milo.
Good morning, guys. How are you doing today?
Fine. What's up with you?
Not much. I play hooky from work today. I'm trying to figure out what to do with my time today instead of working.
Instead of working, do you have the whole day to yourself? I mean,
Yes. I thought about fishing. See if I
yeah.
wake up to fish early today, go catch a movie,
Yeah,
eat some tacos.
Yeah.
Eat some tacos.
that all sounds good.
Tacos?
Yeah.
Go to a movie and eat some tacos.
Yeah.
It's supposed to rain, so it might not be great fishing day, but if you go out early, maybe you're all right.
Maybe, or maybe we'll go catch a new Beetlejuice movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds a lot better.
Or you could try going down to Rio.
De Janeiro.
De Janeiro.
De Janeiro.
Mio mio.
Try that.
Milo mio.
All right.
right.
See you later, Milo.
Thanks, Milo.
See ya, Milo. All right, it's that Dawn.
Hi, Don.
Don.
Hi, thanks for Friday. Oh,
You're
yeah, Rio,
welcome.
that's one of my favorite Disco Donnie tunes, by the way.
And Don hung out with us Friday for several hours.
Yeah, I'm sorry I left early. I missed Jimmy Santangelo, dang it. But I went down around the corner to Axio Auto and got me a used car, so tell Big O that I won't be in for tires.
Wow.
Not just yet.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks,
All right.
thanks for going to our advertisers, Don.
Thank you, Don.
Yeah.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Let's see. We got check-in text mixer driver Shane, Derek from Lehigh, Jurassic Yee Yee with a really bad joke. What do you call a man with no shins?
No
What?
shins.
What?
Tony.
Oh, no, that's a good joke. That's good. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Mishak Averta checking in. Mauricio Paez from Pittsburgh checking in. Oh, that reminds me. Ed Brass will be here with very important sports
Yes.
at 7 o'clock. Johnny B checking in, listening while popping a few generic ibuprofen for a wrenched back.
Johnny B brought us lots of booze.
Lots
to
of
the-
lots
lot
of
of
wine.
wine.
Mm-hmm. SoCal Sarah checking in. It's 5 a.m. here.
And you're up. Well done.
FOP Holly of West Jordan checking in. You did great on the All Day Show. April of American Fork enjoyed the All Day Show. Mike in Nashville. Woodworker Willie. Joe Dirt.
What is it about the all-day show that people would enjoy?
No.
I'm trying to.
It's
you know,
it's unclear
no.
to you.
Yeah.
Jello Salad Annie checking in. Tristan from the most west of Jordans. Roger of Milburn checking in. Dan of Evanston. Quinn of Sunset. Adam. Let's see. Sorry about that, Adam. All right.
Got a full complement of people there.
Yeah, Corbin, Salem Steve, Cement Dave. All right, well, let's go.
Well, Roger of Milburn says, dear traffic on Highway 89 south of Indianola. Nearly hit one moments ago. Thank you, Infinity member. You can send us traffic from anywhere and I'll report it. I don't care. There's nothing really going on as far as I can see. I'm looking at the U.dot cameras. Everything's green and moving well. But, yeah, if you see something, text it to us, 33986. High Country E-Bikes end of summer sales event happening now. Save big, up to 70% off an e-ride of your dreams. HighCountryEbikes.com.
All right, let's begin. We got some messages. We got a song for you. Some big boy news. Right after the big boy news, it's Frank Christ presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine, the Dead Celebrity Game. We'll explain how to play, what you'll win, all coming up. Oh, stand by. Is this a sponsored?
Nah.
Okay.
This is a list, and it's kind of interesting, and we can run through it quickly.
All right.
It's Radio from Hell with another list, because people love a good list. X96.
GQ Magazine, Gentleman's Quarterly, 1995.
Okay.
They did a list of the 83, I don't know why that number, people, places, and things utterly unworthy of the praise and respect that they're receiving.
So in 1995, these things were getting praise and respect.
They were overrated, according to GQ
according
magazine.
to GQ, they shouldn't be getting that praise or respect.
So in other words, these would be things that would probably disappear pretty quickly.
You'd think.
You would think. Number one on the list, Bjork. Not a good choice. Alan Greenspan, also not a good choice. Christo. That he's
the
an
artist.
Yeah, he raps things. He's been dead for a while.
Yeah.
Righteousness about Ticketmaster.
Well, aren't we back to that?
Yeah. Vine ripened tomatoes.
Oh, delicious.
What's the deal with that?
Rainforests.
We need them.
Yeah.
Of course we do.
What?
Pitt the Younger. I don't know who that is.
Yeah. Well, okay, they're right there.
Homespun American Wisdom. Lattes. They're still quite prominent, aren't they?
They make my tummy rumble, but
Pat Riley. He won many championships since 1995, I think, for the Lakers. The White Power Ranger. I have no opinion. I don't know. Shaved heads. I don't. I'm not sure why that would be there.
Why is that?
Violent action movies from Hong Kong. No, they've just gotten better and better.
they're fun.
Martin Lawrence. Still very.
He's got that new movie coming out. Yeah.
Melissa Etheridge.
Still around.
Converting to Islam in jail. I don't.
Why would you take an opinion on that, GQ?
I don't know. Lisa Marie Presley's looks. Well, that's sad.
Wow.
A Beaujolais Nouveau.
It's delicious.
I don't know what that is.
It's wine.
Okay.
Gender ambiguity.
They thought that was overrated in 95.
It's only become
more
talked about.
Yes.
The prefix cyber. No, sorry.
Cybertruck.
Yeah.
I saw one, by the way.
I've seen several. Yeah.
This is my first one just in the wild, not in the parade.
Yeah.
They're really ugly.
Yes, they
I'm
are.
sorry. They look like they were designed by a 5-year-old.
It's your job to point and laugh.
Yes.
It's like that episode where Homer designs a car.
Yeah,
It's exactly.
Yes.
Let's see. The prefix cyber poetry slams. Still pretty around. Bill Gates electronified bunker home. I don't know. Absolutely fabulous.
It was
TV show.
a good show at the time. I mean, you know.
Being the host city of the Olympic Games is overrated. That might be true. Martin Amos. I don't.
Again.
Alumni of the Harvard Lampoon.
No, you can take a look at Conan O'Brien, who's still important.
Upscale taquerias.
Sure,
Overrated?
GQ.
Not overrated. We still have them today, and they're delicious.
Yeah. The so-called genius of Brian Wilson. No, I think people are.
What?
They said that Brian Wilson was overrated.
Apparently, yeah. I think that he's become more
Yes.
accepted as a genius
This is
musician.
an inflammatory list.
Are they just trying to piss people off?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Fiestaware. I
Don't know what that is.
I know what it is. I mean, it's the plastic dishes. I don't have any opinion on that. Local color. Wood-burning pizza ovens.
No, still around.
Yeah. Field trips to see Peter and the Wolf. I mean, maybe.
What?
Anything called a Summerfest.
Anything called a Summerfest?
Yeah. I kind of agree with that. I think you should
just
like anything called fest.
I think
grabbing at-
no. I see. I
grasping
think
at
you should
straws.
remove fest and replace it with tacular.
Perhaps, yeah. Summertacular. Agassi versus Sampras.
I guess that was a big deal at the time.
CNBC talk shows.
Yeah.
Town meeting style interfaces with elected officials.
What is this list?
They still do them a lot.
Yeah.
Montana-based writers.
Huh?
Designer lesbianism. Designer Buddhism.
What?
The large intestine.
Who wrote this? Is there a name?
It's just the staff.
I'm
of
sure it's
GQ.
just the staff of GQ.
I want to Google who this is.
Gay stand-up comedy.
Still very
Very relevant.
yes.
Morphing.
What's morphing?
Or changing. I don't know.
Like Animorphs?
I don't know.
Is that back to the White Power Ranger?
I don't know.
Animorphs were awesome.
Mangoes.
They're delicious.
People love mangoes today.
Yes.
They probably sell more mangoes today than they did in 1995.
Yes.
Appearing at a public function unwashed and on the arm of Juliette Lewis.
On the arm of who?
Juliette Lewis.
Oh, okay. That is funny.
That is pretty funny.
That's a funny line, but
The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms.
overrated.
Every Broadway musical since Evita.
Well.
No. Digitized family albums.
That's all we have now.
Cruise Control. No, Cruise Control. I love Cruise Control.
Yeah.
Middle relief pitching. Heather Locklear's galvanizing effect on Melrose Place.
Well,
that may be true.
Okay.
Duets.
I guess.
No.
We're still getting
No,
duets.
Lady Gaga did a wonderful album,
We're
duets.
still getting
with-
duets, yeah.
Anyone dubbed the sexiest man alive?
Okay. All right.
Come on, Brad Pitt, Chris Hemsworth.
You got me there, GQ.
That's
Okay.
not overrated.
This list is making me tired.
Let's see, striped bass. Zines. You don't hear much about zines anymore, but my wife, I don't know where she got them, brought home a whole stack of zines that somebody gave her.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some really cool, I've been meaning to bring a couple of them in, some really cool ones.
There's a big independent kind of movement to still make them, and a lot of smaller art.
Yeah, these are all new but
Yeah.
done by different people.
Yeah.
They're really cool. Sex on the beach. Yeah, that's a bad idea.
Oh, yeah.
The drink
That's
or the
all-
action?
The action.
The action. That's always been a bad idea.
The drink's kind of overrated, too. But
Yeah. Let's see. Heavily choreographed concerts at which the featured performer wears a headset microphone and is backed by 35 dancers.
Lady Gaga.
Not really overrated, I would say.
Nope.
Rowing crew. I don't know who Michael Graves is. Telling it like it is. Dessert wines. Whit Stillman. Can't remember who that is. Any British woman described as a beauty. Well, that's just mean.
That is mean.
That's just mean. The Baseball Hall of Fame, overrated.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
Feisty backbenchers.
What is that?
Homeschooling.
Yeah. Okay.
I have come to the conclusion that homeschooling, anybody who says, well, we homeschool, I don't want to have anything to do with people like that.
Because it's the people who shouldn't
Exactly.
be doing it. Yeah.
Demi Moore's body,
No, she's in a new movie.
Naked.
Where she's,
very naked.
yeah.
Let's see, 1968. I don't know why.
It's a great year for music.
Jay Leno's comeback.
Okay. Okay, you got us there.
Manufacturer rebates. Hootie and the Blowfish.
Well, okay.
Yeah,
There's
very
one.
overrated.
There's one. All right. I guess we could end on that.
I'm still stuck on. I'm still stuck on field trips to Peter and the Wolf.
X96.
Yeah, I don't know what that one was anyway.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Author's child came back and he's like, "That's going on the list. It's going on the list."
Five. Waterboys released their third studio album. This is The Sea, featuring that song, The Whole of the Moon. It was the last album that Carl Wallinger participated in. He left the group formed his own band, World Party,
which we also love.
And he died this year, I think, wasn't it?
Not
I don't
long
know.
ago.
Recently, very recently.
Don't recall.
All right, let's get to some big boy news and opinioendo. Then right after that, it's Frank Christ Presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine. It's the Dead Celebrity Game. Going to give you a list of 4 celebrity names. 3 of those celebrities are just fine. One of them dead. Pick the dead one correctly. You will win
tickets to Dropkick Murphys coming October 9th to the Union with Pennywise and the Scratch.
Dropkick Murphys tickets at 877-602-9696. That is the number to call to play Frank Christ Presents and win. News brought to you by
Jekyll and Hyde, haunting and elegant and appropriately nightmarish. Experience this adult psychological thriller ballet, now playing through November 2nd, live with the Ballet West Orchestra. Tickets at balletwest.org.
Friends, fans will always be there for Matthew Perry. In fact, viewers of the Emmy Awards last night were quick to call out the fact that Perry, who died in October of 2023 from the acute effects of ketamine, was not included during the In Memoriam segment at the September 15th award show.
This happens every award show. Somebody is left off.
Did I miss it, or did the Emmys not show Matthew Perry? One fan wrote, how in the world did the Emmys not include Matthew Perry? There is a reason that Matthew Perry did not appear. He was already honored at the 2023 Emmys ceremony, which was held in January after being pushed back from its normal September 2023 spot because of the SAG-AFTRA strikes. During that show, the Emmys paid tribute to Matthew Perry in a very touching way, playing Friends' iconic theme song, I'll Be There For You, during the Memoriam segment, which concluded with an image of Matthew Perry. So he'd been honored in the previous ceremony, right after his death.
No. Okay.
But now I haven't heard of anybody else that they're talking about being left out. But it does make me think, and I think we've said this before, they ought to just do away with that segment.
Yeah.
Just do
Every
away with
single
it.
time.
Because it gets screwed up so often.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, somebody tried to shoot Trump again, apparently. I don't know what's going on. It seems so odd to me that this is happening. Ryan Wesley Routh is this guy's name. Apparently, Trump was, imagine this, playing golf at Mar-a-Lago.
It's a good guess what he was doing.
And some Secret Service agent saw a gun poking out through a fence and fired a bunch of shots in there. This guy got away, but he was later tracked down. I have heard of he has not said really any reason why.
I mean, people have been scouring his social media. He was a kook.
Yeah, he'd had a lot of brushes with the law.
He went to Ukraine, I guess. He was one of those guys that said, I'm going to go help, and flew over there.
He's also a supporter of Nikki Haley and Vivek Ramaswamy.
Yeah, but it just
not a well person.
No, makes no sense. But thank God Donald Trump has Laura Loomer. Laura Loomer she said, I'm rushing to West Palm Beach right now to cover the attempted assassination of President
She's
Trump.
going to cover it.
I will be posting updates from the scene once I get there. Protect President Trump at all costs. Her remarks come after this guy. This guy had an AK-47, and the muzzle was pushed through the fence, and I think he was just waiting for Trump to play through. And but I kind of think she is.
Melania is not.
Well,
that's
she's
for
a
sure.
she's a supporter. I don't know why you'd ask that question. She's a free spirit. Free spirit. Huh?
Is that what he said?
Yeah, said free spirit. Yes.
I love a free spirit.
Former President Trump touched down in Salt Lake City late Saturday afternoon. Never left the airport grounds for a private fundraiser that lasted up to 3 hours. The donor event, beginning just after 4 p.m., was staged at an undisclosed hangar near North Temple and 2400 West. Supporters paid between $3,300 and $500,000 to attend.
Yeah, he just stopped to get cash and leave. That is...
Prominent Utah Republicans, including Governor Spencer Cox and State Senate President Stuart Adams, greeted their party's standard bearer. Adams, through a spokesperson, said Trump spoke about military, highlighting its strength, dedication, and effectiveness. Riverton Mayor Trent Staggs tweeted that he was honored to be on hand for the former president's visit. It was an undisclosed place, but apparently a lot of people knew because there were a lot of supporters there just standing outside. Spencer Cox has said Salt Lake City and Utah operated better when Trump was president.
Spencer.
disappointing.
Yeah, he stopped, got his money, and his lawyers, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do his lawyers? I don't think they get paid either.
Oh,
No.
well,
I don't
they think they're going to get
I
paid.
don't think anybody gets paid.
I know he's not paid other people before, but I'll bet he'll pay us.
Wait, I have I know, Bill, I know you want to get on, but we have our attorney, Ed Brasson, here, and I had a legal question I wanted to ask you.
Well, he's not here as a lawyer. He's a sports reporter.
But he's got his dress lawyer clothes on.
Yeah.
So there's all of these judgments against Trump, but huge dollar amount judgments.
Sure.
Is he ever going to be compelled to pay those? Is there at some point that he will actually have to write a check to E. Jean Carroll?
Those judgments attached to any property that he owns, but I would imagine that all of his property is in the name of trusts or relatives or something like that. That he's put it out of reach of creditors.
So they're never going to see that money.
Yeah. I mean, look at what happened with OJ.
Yeah.
And he had the big civil judgment that never. I don't know if they got 10 cents out of that.
Yeah.
Frankly.
Let's see. The Utah Supreme Court has agreed to decide if Amendment D will go on the November ballot. On Saturday, the state's top court agreed to take up the legislature's appeal of a lower court judge's ruling that voided the constitutional amendment. Earlier this week, 3rd District Judge Diana Gibson sided with voter rights groups who argued that the language going on the ballot for voters to decide was misleading. Gibson on Thursday declared Amendment D, which would guarantee the legislature can repeal voter-approved ballot initiatives, invalid, citing its deceptive presentation and the legislature's failure to publish the text of the amendment as required by the Utah Constitution. Without transparent, accurate, and complete disclosure about the amendments, there can be no meaningful right to vote, Judge Gibson wrote in a 16-page opinion. Seemed pretty reasoned to me.
Yeah.
The entire reason the legislature proposed adding Amendment D to the Utah Constitution was to overturn a unanimous decision by the 5 Republican-appointed judges who ruled this summer that lawmakers could not simply repeal government reform ballot initiatives without rendering the public's constitutional right to the initiative process meaningless. Now the justices will decide whether to let the legislature move forward with that effort, despite Gibson's finding that doing so could trick voters into surrendering any protections for any kind of ballot initiative. Seems to me that I don't know how the high court could find, based on their previous finding, how they could not say, no, she's right.
They probably will.
Yeah, I would think so. J.D. Vance has doubled down on false claims of immigrants eating pets in Springfield and then admitted that he
on the air.
Yeah, he said, listen, I make up stories to draw attention to things.
If things need attention, don't the things themselves draw the attention? What
you would think?
If it's true, if it's actually happening,
People have
aren't
been
there real stories you can tell?
People have been overlooking what's happening in Springfield. This was the way to draw attention to it.
Because there's nothing happening in Springfield until you opened your big mouth, and now there's a building that's been burned down?
Robert Kennedy Jr. says that he's being investigated for decapitating a dead whale with a chainsaw.
Good.
30 years ago.
Yeah.
Good.
Kennedy admitted the existence of an investigation during a campaign event for former President Trump in Glendale, Arizona on Saturday, saying that he had received a summons this week. His admittance comes a few weeks after an environmental group referenced a 2012 interview with Kennedy's daughter involving the alleged whale incident in its latest calls for a federal probe into Kennedy. I did get a letter from the National Marine Fisheries Institute saying that they were investigating me or collecting a whale specimen 20 years ago.
Specimen,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the word.
Yeah.
He's a professional.
Yeah, he sounds like a scientist.
He's a scientist.
Kennedy didn't go into detail about the whale incident. His daughter had previously resurfaced the story about Kennedy cutting the head off of a dead whale 30 years ago. His daughter, Kathleen Kick Kennedy, recounted the incident in an interview for Town and Country. Oh, Town and Country. It's my favorite magazine. She recalled a time when her father, who has an affinity for studying animal skulls and bones, learned that a dead whale had washed up on the shores of Squaw Island in Massachusetts, and she recounted how her father rushed to the beach, used a chainsaw, cut off the whale's head, and then used a bungee cord to strap it to the roof of their minivan. So they're investigating him now.
Good.
For that, and maybe
Let's
they'll
investigate him for the bear, too.
Yeah. And I find this story pretty weird. Just because of so it says here, Boar's Head is shutting down the Virginia plant tied to deadly listeria outbreak. Just now they're doing this?
Mm-hmm.
They're just now shutting it down? And they're going to shut it down indefinitely, they say. Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Good idea.
Following the regulations would be cheaper, but I'm betting you get some sort of a tax write-off if you shut it down.
Maybe.
You know?
And I don't want to go into this at all, but apparently there's a new kind of ramen. It's liquid ramen in a pouch, and you can just drink it. It doesn't sound good to me.
I'll pass.
Nippon Ham is the company.
Hot ham water?
Hot ham water.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Hearty pork ramen in a pouch, in a plastic pouch. Okay. All right. That's it.
Sports will be covered by very important sports. Edward K. Brass coming up at 7 o'clock. So weather and traffic, Gina, please.
Yeah, Milo, you better go fishing early. A slight chance of showers before noon, then better chance after 3 p.m. And we have this pattern most of the week. Looks like we have showers expected just about every day. 70% chance tonight, high of 83 today. So it's still pretty warm. But tomorrow, high of 66, Wednesday 69. So we cool off quite a bit. It will feel a little more fall-y. Traffic, we have crash northbound I-15 milepost 282 off-ramp in Lehigh. Let me check our message stream, see if Infiniteam has reported anything. Nope, everything looks good, but you certainly can let us know via text if you see anything, 33986. Business owners, do you owe $15,000 or more on employment taxes and don't know what to do? McClure and Stewart, your local trusted tax attorneys. Go to McClureandStewart.com today.
Frank Christ is here. Good morning.
Hello, everyone.
You joined us at the all-day show. That was fun.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Did you like the haunted house there, the Castle of Chaos?
Well, yes. It was like being at work, though.
Oh,
That's the only complaint I had.
Frank has joined us here. Frank is a Grim Reaper, the Reaper, specializing in reaping celebrities' souls. Our precious. You just had to take Tito Jackson.
I just took Tito.
It was kind of sudden, wasn't it?
It was. I wasn't expecting to get that message in the middle of the night.
Frank is he takes the celebrity souls, loads them into his electric scooter, and then whisks them off to the distribution center, and then from there, their souls or their essence goes.
I don't know where.
You don't know where.
It's hell. It's usually hell.
Frank joins us to play the game we call Frank Chris Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
He has given me a list of 4 actors, and on this list, 3 of them are.
3 of them are just fine.
But one of them, Frank, is taken. And it is the contestant's job to identify the dead celebrity, and they will win a prize. What is the prize, Gina?
Ooh. Tickets to see Dropkick Murphys October 9th at the Union with special guest Pennywise and The Scratch.
And who do we have to play?
Connor is on the phone.
Connor, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm just fine, Connor. Connor, you ready to play?
Yeah, I'm ready to play.
Okay. Because this is Trail of Tears Commemoration Day, Frank has given me a list of actors in movies about Native Americans. Here we go. You identify the dead celebrity. Number 1, Sid Haig, known for his appearances in horror films, most notably as Captain Spaulding in the Rob Zombie films House of a Thousand Corpses, The Devil's Rejects, and Three from Hell. He appeared on a lot of TV shows, including Untouchables, Batman, Gunsmoke, Mission Impossible, Star Trek, Get Smart, The Rockford Files, Charlie's Angels, and more. He was in a movie I recommend highly, by the way, called Bone Tomahawk, which is a Western horror film about a cannibalistic Native American clan. Number 1, Sid Haig. Number 2, Gary Farmer, best known for his role as Nobody in the films Dead Man and Ghost Dog, The Way of the Samurai, and for his role in Smoke Signals. He's performed in both the film and television adaptation of Tony Hillerman novels, The Dark Wind and also Captain Largo. Coyote Waits is the other one. He also has a blues band called Gary Farmer and the Troublemakers. He was in Dreamkeeper, about a Lakota elder and his grandson. Number 2, Gary Farmer. Number 3, Rory Cochrane made his film debut in A Kiss Before Dying, followed by Fathers and Sons. He was Ron Slater in Dazed and Confused, and was also in Love in a 45, Hearts War, and Scanner Darkly. He's in a movie called Hostiles, about a woman whose family is killed by Comanches. Number 3, Rory Cochrane. And number 4, Eddie Marsan. He was Gangster Number 1. He was in Gangster Number 1. Vera, Drake, V for Vendetta, The Illusionist, Sherlock Holmes, Warhorse, The World's End, many others. He won the London Film Critics Circle Award and National Society of Film Critics Award for Best Supporting Actor for the film Happy Go Lucky. He was in The New World, about the founding of Jamestown, inspired by the historical figures of Captain John Smith and Pocahontas. Number 4, Eddie Marsan. All right, Connor, which one of those actors is dead?
Let's go with number 1.
Number 1, Sid Haig. That's correct.
Good choice.
Sid Haig was 80 when he died suddenly of a heart attack, I believe, in 2019.
There aren't many people that scare me. Sid Haig scared me.
Really?
Apparently he was actually a very likable, nice fellow, but he was a scary-looking guy. All right, Connor, congratulations. You're going to go see Dropkick Murphys. Hang on the line. Somebody will tell you what you need to do.
Well, I've got to go check on Ed Begley Jr.
Why?
75 today.
Oh, well.
Mickey Rourke, 72.
You and Ed could talk about, electric vehicles.
He's an inspiration.
Yes.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Frank.
Just one crash being reported northbound I-15 milepost 282 off-ramp in Lehigh. And nobody reporting anything via text at 33986, but you certainly can if you see something. Infiniteam needs to let us know what they're seeing out on the roads. Now, coming up at 7:15, we're going to have the Inflation Reduction Act cash contest. So I'm going to give you a keyword, and you're going to call or text a different number than we usually have you do. So pay attention at about 7:15. You could win $1,000.
Yes. All right. We got Ed Brass coming up with very important sports right after these. Stand by. Stockton 12 Honda.
Listen, if you want to buy a new car, a new Honda, may I suggest the Honda Pilot at Stockton 12 Honda. The 2025 Pilot, all-wheel drive, ready to take on any kind of severe weather, and severe weather is on its way. I had a Pilot for many years, and it was a great winter car. Stockton 12 Honda is your neighborhood Honda dealer for over 25 years. Whether you want new or certified pre-owned or used, you can find the perfect car for you at Stockton 12 Honda. Stop by the dealership, and or another way you can shop at Stockton 12 Honda is online. The entire inventory is online. You just go to Stockton, the number 12Honda.com. Whether you what kind of a vehicle you want, you will find it at Stockton 12 Honda. Same-day services available. Get your vehicle weather ready for the months to come. Stockton 12 Honda. They're in the Southtown Auto Mall in Sandy. Stockton 12 Honda.
There are many people named Jermaine in Bluffdale.
Are there?
Yeah.
Okay.
How about some sports, huh?
Sports.
How about some sports, man?
How
Brought
about
to
some
you
sports,
by.
The Stateroom presents Making Live Music Memories. Check out Lindsay Lou and Maya DeVerti tonight at the Stateroom. Tickets at thestateroompresents.com.
Well, here he is, the king of September, very important sports reporter, and sometime attorney at law, Edward K.
Occasionally.
Brass. Good morning, Mr. Brass.
Good morning. The warm-up for the contest.
Yeah.
For
That's
your
you.
7:15 contest.
Thank-
Ryan.
he's paying
yes.
attention.
Yeah.
$1,000.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right.
So this is the Who Killed Janis Joplin podcast edition of Very Important Sports. Enjoy it now before it's replaced by artificial intelligence, which will be much smarter. For the president of the Justin Fields fan club and Pittsburgh listener Mauricio Paez, and the Michael Scott of South Texas San Antonio listener Raul Montemayor, there is a little bit of F1 news. There was the Azerbaijan, as I predicted on Friday successfully, the Azerbaijan Grand Prix in Baku by the shores of the Caspian Seas. Oscar Piastri from Austria won. Charles Leclerc came in second. He's from Monaco. George Russell of Great Britain came in third. In fourth place was Lando Norris, Great Britain. Lando would have finished higher, but his parents received a 3-lap penalty for naming him for a Star Wars character.
What happened to the Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton?
They finished well back in the pack.
That's unusual.
Yes,
isn't
it is very unusual. Of course, that's what you have happen when you're in an ex-Soviet Union country. In football, MLS, the Houston All-You-Can-Eat Barbecues 4 and Real Salt Lake 1. All 5 goals were scored by Houston. RSL's 1 goal was a Houston own goal. In the Premier League, Manchester City is still in first. Arsenal, owned by Kerry Jackson, is in second.
Thank you.
Newcastle third. Liverpool fourth. City beat Brentford 2-1. Arsenal won over Tottenham 1-0. Newcastle 2, Wolverhampton 1. Wolverhampton, I might point out, this being September, was owned by Robert Plant. Liverpool lost to Nottingham Forest 1-0. Nottingham Forest's winning goal was scored by Prince John. In the Bundesliga, for Dan Paget, Bayern Munich, Dortmund, RB Leipzig is in third. Fourth, FC Heidenheim. And in fifth place, Luftstalag 13. In Major League Baseball, there's about 12 games left. In the East, it's still the Yankees in the American League Central. Cleveland Rock and Roll Hall of Famers are in first place. In the West, the Houston Colt 45s are in first place. In National League, the East, the Philadelphia Phillies. The Central, the Milwaukee Laverne and Shirleys. And the West, the LA Dodgers. The WNBA playoff teams are set. These are the seeds. New York Liberty first, Minnesota. Big Blue Oxes are second. Connecticut Casinos are third. 2-time champion Las Vegas Aces, also known as the San Antonio Stars, also known as the Utah Stars, are the fourth seed. Seattle Storm fifth. Sixth is the Indiana Fever. Somehow Caitlin Clark willed them into the playoffs. They were terrible at the start of the year. She set the WNBA assist record as a rookie. And the Phoenix Mercury is in seventh. And the National Hockey League is going to start this week. Saturday at 5 p.m. in St. Louis, the Blues versus the painfully boringly named Utah Hockey Club.
Oh, now I have to start paying attention to this, don't I? Okay.
Yes, you do.
You do. You're going to have to keep track of it.
Okay.
Saturday at 5. Some of the names rejected that very important sports submitted were the Crickets, the Delicate Golden Arches.
That would be good.
The We Don't Need No Stinking Blinkers, and the Utah Ponzi Schemes. I mean, that's got to be better than the Utah Hockey Club, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
NCAA football, number 12 Utah 3-0, 38 number nothing Utah State 21. They're 1-2.
Now I have a complaint about the coverage of that game. I read 2 different articles in the Salt Lake Tribune about that game, and Bryson Barnes is the quarterback of the.
And it didn't call him.
They did not once mention that he was a pig farmer.
They
not
listen
once
to
during-
very important sports.
Exactly. Not once during the game did they mention that he was a pig farmer either.
What's going on here? He's a pig farmer. They should mention that.
He's the most famous resident of Milford, Utah ever.
He did pretty well.
He did well. He did actually very well.
Yeah, they lost, but
Yeah, not because of him.
No.
Isaac Wilson, who is Zach Wilson's brother, had 3 touchdown passes. He was standing in for the perpetually injured Cam Bad Moon Rising. As the younger brother of Zach Wilson, he saw his brother ruined by the New York Jets. Former Utah player, as I said, Bryson Barnes was 16 for 31, 2 interceptions, but he had 2 touchdown passes as well. In other games, Lamar Sanford 17, Weber State 16. Weber's 1-2. BYU 34. They're 3-0 versus they beat Wyoming 14. They're 0-3. Next up for all these teams, number 12 Utah plays number 14 Oklahoma State at Boone Pickens Stadium in Stillwater, Oklahoma. That's going to be, I think, for the Big 12 championship. Those are the 2 best teams in that league. Utah State plays Temple in Philadelphia. Weber plays someplace called Northwestern State, which is actually in Natchitoches, Louisiana. Why would they have a school
That's
named
not
Northwestern State?
Northwestern?
No, not at all.
Northwest of what?
Yeah.
I guess it's northwest of something.
Northwest of the Gulf of Mexico, I imagine. BYU plays number 13 Kansas State, and sorry, BYU fans, they'll get killed. Rankings. Texas is in first place now. They have Arch Manning. The Manning brothers' nephew is now playing for them because their starting quarterback was injured. They beat University of Texas San Antonio, which is, again, a branch school, 56-7. Georgia slipped to 2. They won 13-12, but it was against unranked Kentucky. Ohio State is number 3. Alabama 42-10 over Wisconsin is 4. Number 5, Mississippi 40-6 over Wake Forest. In the NFL, we talked about this Friday about the Bills winning and Tua Tagovailoa getting hurt. The Packers with no love 16, Colts 10. Tampa beat the Lions. The Commanders beat the Giants. The New Orleans Saints crushed the Dallas Cowboys, America's team. They beat the daylights out of them. Seattle won over New England in overtime. The Chargers 26, the Panthers 3. J.K. Dobbins 131 yards rushing. Bryce Young, who was the number 1 pick last year at the owner's behest, threw for 84 yards and had a quarterback rating of something like 57.2. No touchdowns, 1 interception. The Vikings beat the 49ers handily. The Jets beat Tennessee. Cleveland beat the Jaguars. The Raiders beat the Ravens. The Raiders were down 20-13 in the fourth quarter and came back to win that game. The Cardinals crushed the Rams. Marvin Harrison Jr. had 4 catches, but 2 of those were for touchdowns and 130 yards receiving. The Steelers 13 over the Broncos 6. Justin Fields is now 2-0 as a starting quarterback for the Steelers.
Maybe the Steelers are coming back.
Exactly. The Chiefs 26, the Bengals
That was a
25.
good game.
Very good game.
Yep.
Like down to the last second.
Yeah, the Chiefs, the Bengals had the Chiefs beat. They were 4th and 16, and then a rookie 7th-round draft pick, the defensive back, got a pass interference penalty called on him. They got a first down, the Chiefs did, and then kicked the last-second field goal.
I kind of felt sorry for that. They kept showing that guy who got the penalty.
Sitting on the bench,
and he was just...
He looked really sad, huh?
Well, yeah, and I mean, he did. He was obviously interference.
It was. He collided with the guy well before the ball got there, but he was sitting on the bench well after the game was over.
Yeah,
I think
everybody was gone.
I think the bus left.
Yeah.
He left him there in his uniform.
Like he was crying.
4 or 5 of their last 4 or 5 of their last meetings between the two teams have been decided by 3 points or less.
Yeah.
In the late game on Sunday night, Houston 16, Chicago 10. The gentleman from USC who was the number 1 draft pick has not won a game yet. Tonight, it's the Angry Birds matchup, the Falcons versus the Eagles. The Eagles will win that game because they're the bigger and angrier bird. And that's your sports. Yeah.
Well, we just got a text from your wife.
Uh-oh.
Ed forgot, as far as royalty from Milford, the Wright family, rodeo royalty from Milford.
I don't think they live there anymore, but she's right about that. So that's the bull riding family, and they win. They win the Nationals every year.
Every year?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
But that's because they're bull farmers.
Oh, bull farm.
Yep. Au revoir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Ed Brown.
Nice to see you.
You got court.
I do. That's why I'm all dressed up.
Yeah. Very important story. Traffic, Gina, please.
Just that incident in Lehigh. Looks like there might be an additional accident to crash northbound I-15 milepost 282 off-ramp. I have 2 little incident markers in the same area. That's the only thing causing an issue so far this morning. If you see something, you can text us 33986.
Thank you.
We've got boners coming up. Here are the candidates you will be considering. Number 1, racist lies about Haitians in Ohio have consequences here in Salt Lake City. Boner candidate number 2, you get assaulted, it's your fault. And boner candidate number 3, oh, you just pat them in the wrong way and they take it sexually inappropriately.
Boner of the day, big boy news, all coming up. Stand by for all of that. Gina.
You can win $1,000 every weekday with the X96 Inflation Reduction Act. We'll pay you for doing nothing except listening to X96 all day long. We're going to announce keywords 7:15, 10:15, 1:15, and 5:15 that will qualify you to win your share of $50,000. But it's $1,000 every day that is being given away. Now, I'm going to give you a keyword. You have to text it to a different number. Do not text it to the number we usually give you. This is the number you need to text it to. 508-777-1000. That's 508-777-1000. Text the word CASH, C-A-S-H, to 508-777-1000 to be entered to win. Now this?
Okay. Yeah. So we were watching Hacks a few weeks ago, and we were reminded on the show about this legend, and I guess it's true.
It is
Oh,
true,
yeah,
yeah.
that's true.
That Tom Cruise, whenever he works with people, and the list is getting bigger and bigger, every year he will, I think on their birthday, right? Or is it Christmas?
No, this is a Christmas
This
thing.
is a Christmas
Yeah.
thing? That's unfair to do to this poor bakery then.
Yeah.
He will send the coconut cake that he thinks is fabulous from this bakery in Woodland Hills, California, Doan's Bakery.
Mm-hmm.
So
Katie, you can come in and get some. No?
yeah, there's four
Okay.
slices. There's 2 for you in there and 2 for us in here. Well, go ahead and you start because I had some last night.
So there's no slice for me?
You're home, Bill.
You want to run it up? Anyway. But so he orders this coconut cake for everybody,
Okay.
and the rumors are true. We've heard celebrities talk about the coconut cake and how wonderful it is. Well, we ordered this like 3 weeks ago. That was the waiting list.
3
A
weeks?
3-week wait for this cake.
Okay.
And so we ordered it and had it shipped in.
Do I dare ask how much the Tom Cruise cake
Even
costs?
I don't know.
Oh,
how
your
much.
wife wouldn't tell you?
She would not tell me how much
Okay,
the
here
Tom
we go.
Cruise coconut cake cost. So there you go. Is it everything that
It's good. It's good. That's a good cake.
that is?
However,
Yes.
we've had this conversation before. If I were a Tom Cruise level celebrity, and I were sending cakes to,
Are you going to make?
people that I worked with,
Yeah.
and the cake that would be the Gina Barberi cake.
Yes.
It would be the Prantles, burnt almond tort.
This one is
Well.
better than the Prantles, isn't it?
You know, my favorite cake is coconut cake.
Well,
Did you know that?
This is pretty good. It's a bundt cake. It arrives with the dry ice. And it's a
you
yellow.
Think, Carrie, you say it's better than?
We think that the
Prantles?
Prantles. No, we think the Prantles cake is better.
Prantles is better than this.
This is a good cake, but it's no Prantles cake. But this one has it's the yellow cake with some sort of crunchy bits or texturally bits on the outside, and then the cream cheese coconut icing on the top.
It's good.
With coconut sprinkled on shaved coconut.
I still say the Prantles burnt almond tort from Pennsylvania
I'm
is a
sure,
better cake.
Sure glad it's good.
Is this rude, Bill?
Oh,
To be
sorry.
Eating
Yeah, a little.
the cake on the.
especially when coconut cake is
It's your very favorite.
it's my favorite kind of cake.
Out of all the cakes.
And Tom Cruise is my favorite actor.
Yes, I know, right?
You know. So I'm getting screwed doubly here. Jeez.
So there you
Oh,
go.
well.
Now,
Well.
I figured that since it's the Tom Cruise cake,
Yes.
that you wouldn't mind that it was cream cheese frosting on there.
Well, I had to try it for pop culture reasons.
And you're going to throw the rest of that piece away, aren't you? Aren't you?
You would eat the whole thing, wouldn't you? Look,
Yes.
I've eaten most. Are you watching Bill at x96.com/live?
No, it would break my heart.
She did some work on
Yeah,
there.
I eat it.
She ate around the icing, though.
Yeah, that's that right there.
Which the icing is the best part, frankly.
But that's not. Oh.
I'm sorry, Bill.
So there's pieces for you two in there. So come and get them.
And no word on how much that costs.
I don't want to know.
They could probably charge whatever they wanted just because it's the Tom
Look
Cruise
it up,
cake.
Gina. It's,
Yeah.
You know, Gold Belly, I think probably is where he came from.
Yeah.
I'll look it up.
Take a look and see.
Thanks, Carrie.
Oh, no problem.
It'll make it taste even better, Gina, if it's really expensive.
It will.
I do not know how much it is. I just know the Prandtle's cake is better. Prandtle's
Tom
cake is better.
Cruise cake cost.
No, I don't want to know.
No?
Don't,
You don't,
he doesn't
oh
want
my
to-
don't tell
gosh.
me. Don't
oh
tell
my
me.
gosh.
Well, is it more than the Prandtle's cake?
Yes.
Because you order those every other day.
It's more than the Prandtles.
We order the Prandtle's cake a lot.
It's almost twice as much as the Prandtles.
Oh my God, I don't even want to know.
What kind of a life is it that you people lead? Ordering these $500 cakes.
Carrie and I order these cakes when we're sad, and we just happen to be sad.
I'm sad all the time, and I don't order a cake. I look at a picture of a cake.
Whenever somebody complains about my lifestyle, I just remind them, dual income, no kids.
Yeah.
You could be living this.
No, I couldn't. I'd have to dispose of the kids somehow.
Well, again, that's your problem, not mine. Oh, Perry. That was not.
So if you saw the video,
Yeah.
so Jane's Addiction is, I think they're in Boston, and you see Perry Farrell and Dave Navarro. I mean, Dave's just standing there playing.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like Dave is doing anything. Perry was drunk, apparently, and not happy about. So it's unclear what he was upset about.
His wife said that the band was playing, and he's been trying to tell him, you guys play too loud, and I have to scream to be heard.
That's not the band's fault. It's the sound mix. Well,
But he like took a swing at Dave, and Dave's like continuing to play.
Yeah, like, what are you doing?
They canceled the rest of the show, and they've canceled. Who knows if they will play anymore?
Who knows? We'll see. I think they'll get it back together.
Probably.
And I'm not sure when are they coming here? Are scheduled to come here?
I'm not sure when the date is, but they may or may not. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Boner of the day. 3 news stories. These are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. You will decide with your vote of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to be Boner of the Day for today, September 16, 2024. We'll give you 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, you'll vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive.
You can't buy it. You have to win it. The Radio from Hell Boner t-shirt.
Boner candidate number 1, racist lies about Haitians in Ohio have consequences here in Salt Lake City. Rudy Salvatore is the owner of Makaya Caters, a food truck serving a taste of Haiti. Immigrating to the United States in 2004, he's one of the only chefs in Utah serving food from his home country of Haiti. Typically, Haitians, unfortunately, are not known for the cuisine because we've had so many bad things happen there, he said. Yeah. We've had natural disasters. We have poverty. We have political unrest. We have gang violence. And all of that sucked the oxygen out of the beautiful things we have in Haiti. And to me, the cuisine is one of the most beautiful things. Donald Trump's words at last week's presidential debate targeting Haitian immigrants in Ohio has set Salvatore back in a way he never could have imagined. He said, they're eating dogs, the people that come in. Trump said, they're eating the cats. They're eating pets of the people that live there. At the downtown farmers market on Saturdays, Mr. Salvatore usually makes more than $1,000. This weekend, he made around $350, he said. It was unbelievable because somebody literally came up and said, cat or dog to me.
Oh, jeez. But J.D. Vance thinks this is fine.
Officials in Springfield, Ohio, say there are no credible reports about Trump's claims. The chef doesn't know how to combat the rumor. When you have a plate of Haitian food, you get almost all the flavors, said Salvatore. You'll get your sweet, your salty, your spicy, tangy, umami, and the marriage of it is the culture. In the culture, it's amazing. He's worried about these words destroying a business that he has spent the last 10 years building.
Mm-hmm.
If this continues like that, I don't know what's going to happen to my business, he said.
But when called out on it, J.D. Vance admitted that these stories are made up, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Not apologize. Trump, same thing. People are saying, "Oh, there's kids being threatened at school, and there's bomb threats, and this. Do you want to take back what you're saying because it's not true?" And he said no.
He was asked specifically, "Do you want to condemn the bomb threats?" And he didn't.
I think we ought to get Mr. Salvatore's food truck here.
Sure,
have him come here and spend some time. But Boner candidate number 1: racist lies about Haitians in Ohio have consequences here in Salt Lake. Boner candidate number 2: you get assaulted, it's your fault. This is a story we had on Friday. A volleyball coach at Park City High School has been placed on leave as the school investigates an accusation that he made inappropriate comments to student athletes about sexual assault. A parent of a student at the school said that their child was with a group of female athletes and students during a discussion about accountability. During this discussion, the child told the parent, the coach said, if you are sexually assaulted, it's your fault. The Salt Lake Tribune is not naming the parent or the student or the coach, for that matter. The Tribune has confirmed the student attends Park City High. A Park City High School teacher who asked not to be named for fear of retaliation, excuse me, independently confirmed the coach's comments. Emails obtained by the Tribune confirmed Park City High School placed the coach on leave and is conducting an investigation. A Park City School District spokesman confirmed Friday that those emails were sent to parents and guardians. Several parents said that they had received the emails. Park City Police were involved also, but will not be releasing any information as it involves juveniles. But apparently the coach said, if you get assaulted, it's your fault. The investigation is ongoing. And that's all we know about it. It hasn't changed since Friday. Boner candidate number 2. You get assaulted, it's your fault. Coming up in a moment, Boner candidate number 3. Oh, you just pat them in the wrong way and they take it sexually inappropriately.
Boner candidate number 3 coming up after this. Big Boy News and Opinioendo brought to you by...
Do you live or work in a building with an elevator that just doesn't seem to cooperate and loves to inconvenience you on a regular basis? Do your property or building manager a favor. Tell them to call Metro Elevator, Utah's preferred vertical transportation experts, 801-946-7003. That's 801-946-7003.
Francis Ford Coppola is suing Variety and 2 of the trade publication's executive editors for libel over a story published in July alleging that the director behaved inappropriately and unprofessionally on the set of his new film, Megalopolis. In court documents reviewed by the RAP and filed in Superior Court for California in Los Angeles last week, attorneys for Coppola said in part that he believes that the defendant's libel, as described above, was made with knowledge of falsity or reckless disregard for the truth. Representatives for Variety didn't immediately respond to a request for comment. Nothing in my 60-plus year career can equal the painstakingly difficult yet artistically triumphant journey of bringing Megalopolis to the screen. It was a collaboration of hundreds of artists, from extras to box office stars, to whom I consistently displayed the utmost respect with my deepest gratitude, Coppola said. To see our collective efforts tainted by false, reckless, and irresponsible reporting is devastating. No publication, especially a legacy industry outlet, should be enabled to use surreptitious video and unnamed sources in pursuit of their own financial gain. While I have no intention of litigating this in the media, I will vigorously defend my reputation and have trust in the courts to hold them accountable. Variety published a story that cited anonymous sources who told Variety in part that after one scene, Coppola grabbed a microphone and announced, "Sorry if I come up to you and kiss you. You know it's solely for my pleasure." He says it didn't happen. There are 2 videos that were posted that purported to show the director trying to kiss a young female extra on the Megalopolis set. They were reportedly taken by a member of the film's crew. The Guardian, there's a story in The Guardian that accuses Coppola of trying to kiss some of the topless and scantily clad female extras.
Ooh, that's creepy.
Telling them that he was trying to get them in the mood.
Oh, that's even worse.
That's not
well, if he did it. I mean, if he did it.
Yeah.
He's taking, taking quite a...
Well, I mean, good luck, Francis. I mean, there's going to be discovery, and
we'll see how it goes.
If that video is what they say it is, then that's going to go bad for you.
Ava Broadhead was supposed to be getting ready to celebrate her high school homecoming this week. Instead, the 15-year-old sophomore at Cypress High School is now in the hospital fighting for her life after a car surfing accident. The victim was on top of that car, and as the car was driving around, the victim fell off, and unfortunately, the pavement is not forgiving, and the victim hit their head, said Sergeant Amy Race with the Unified Police Department. She said the incident happened at Magna Regional Park Wednesday night. Said that car surfing is, the kids hang out on the top of cars, on the back of cars, standing up through the windows, and then going either at high rates of speed. This is not written. There are a bunch of typos here, so I can't. Unfortunately, with social media, there's ebbs and flows to these type of trends. Right now, the trend has been picking up. A lot of car surfing going on. It's just dangerous. Mrs. Ava's mother, Candace Broadhead, said her daughter was supposed to be walking in the homecoming parade this past week, and car surfing. The Utah legislature allocated nearly $2 billion worth of taxpayer funds this year to help build 2 sports and entertainment districts in Salt Lake City. Now another group is preparing to ask lawmakers for help with a $1 billion stadium project 300 miles south of here. Black Desert Resort in Ivins, Utah, plans to build an arena that potentially could host a minor league hockey team, NBA preseason games, the Utah Jazz's G League team, concerts, and other events.
Potentially.
Patrick
Doesn't
Manning,
mean it's happening.
Patrick Manning, the resort's managing partner, told the Salt Lake Tribune that a bill has been written for the next legislative session asking the state to help fund the project, which could cost up to $2 billion.
No.
State Senators Jerry Stevenson will sponsor the bill. The bill isn't listed yet, but they say that it will be introduced.
Where does it say it's would be built? 300 miles south of here?
Ivins.
Ivins. It's
down
St. George.
Down near St. George.
It's St. George, yeah.
Yeah. It's
no.
The Black Desert is an incredible partner of the Utah Jazz and Utah Hockey Club. Smith Entertainment Group has never discussed moving preseason games for our NBA or NHL franchises or moving these affiliates away from the Delta Center. But he says, but the Black Desert is a partner of ours.
If stadiums made money, rich people would own them.
Mm-hmm.
I think this Black Desert, there's a golf course there, which is very exclusive. Yeah, the Black Desert Resort. It's set to open officially next month. They're hosting a PGA Tour event in October. Beyond the golf course, the resort will have hotels, restaurants, and a boardwalk open to the public. But it's one of those kind of golf courses that it's too expensive for the average person to play.
Yeah.
It weeds out the riffraff, Bill.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want... You want mostly white people playing on your golf course, don't you? Isn't that the... let's see. This is a very strange story. Multiple Wyoming counties have sounded the alarm over an inexplicable surge of unnatural deaths, leaving officials scrambling for answers as the body count continues to rise. A chilling report warned that suicides, accidents, overdoses, and murders are through the roof. And on a pace to make this year one of the worst on record, the Cowboy State Daily reported. Natrona County Coroner Jim Whips told county commissioners this has been an abnormal year, a kind of a roller coaster ride when it comes to unnatural death. Unnatural death in every form is going through the roof. I don't know why that is, but homicides, suicides, overdoses, they're way above what would be average for us, he said. And nobody seems to know why this might be happening.
Witchcraft.
Must be. It's the only answer.
Don't know. The voodoo, probably. Not witchcraft, but more likely voodoo of some sort. Let's see what else we have here. We have, this is nice. A travel journalist for the past decade, Jen Murphy, has made her way to many places around the world. And when Outside Magazine asked her to write about the most beautiful wild places on the planet, Lagoa da Sete Cidades in the Azores and the Nepali coast of Kauai immediately came to mind. But these places are already on most people's radar. The last thing I want to contribute is over-tourism. Instead, I came up with a list of stunning, lesser-known destinations that are also full of adventure potential, and one of them is Cedar Breaks National Monument here in Utah. And it is something that you always think about Zion and Bryce, but people don't think about Cedar Breaks.
Where is
right?
Cedar Breaks?
Cedar Breaks is, see?
I don't know.
Cedar Breaks is up. You go from Cedar City, you go up the canyon about 30 miles, and it's there. And what it is, it's like a little Bryce.
Oh.
You mostly people go up and they stand around the rim of it and just look down into it because it's really beautiful, very, very. It's kind of contained, which is really cool. You can hike down into it, but most people don't do that. And finally, one more story. How about Joe Manchin says he might vote for Kamala Harris. Mitt Romney says, I'm not saying who I'm voting. I'm not voting for Trump, but I'm not saying.
I'm writing in hot dog meat.
Yes.
He's not going to, Romney is just refusing to. I don't know why he's refusing to say who he's going to vote for. But boy, I sure hope Joe Manchin votes for Kamala
That'll
Harris.
make all the difference.
Because he's great.
People love Joe Manchin.
Mm-hmm. They sure do.
Yeah.
He's a magnetic kind of guy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Weather?
Oh, so if you're going fishing, do it early today, because after 3, that's when 70% chance of showers. 83 today, but once those showers start, we cool down quite a bit. Tomorrow, high of 66. Wednesday, 69. We stay in the 60s most of the week, and we have chance of showers most of the week, which is kind of nice for a change, I think. Traffic, we have a crash eastbound 126 South 41st West in Riverton. The left lane is blocked. Traffic backed up to the Mountain View corridor. Let's see. This must be a different crash. Mountain View corridor just south of 134 South in Riverton. Maybe that's the same one. Same general area, it looks like. What are you seeing out there in your general area? You can text us. 33986. Waterproof your home with Baseco, because water can make its way through your foundation in many different ways. Baseco specializes in a variety of permanent foundation waterproofing solutions tailored to your unique issue, from sump pumps all the way to major repairs, cracks, settling foundations, each solution backed by guarantee. Schedule a free assessment today at baseco.net.
Thank you.
Here's boner candidate number 3. Oh, you just pat them in the wrong way and they take it sexually inappropriately. A Republican U.S. House candidate in Maryland repeatedly opposed a state law to remove marriage as a defense for certain classes of rape and sexual assault, stating that under such legislation, you just pat them in the wrong way, they take it sexually inappropriately.
Oh, boy.
Neil Parrott, who served in the Maryland House of Delegates for 12 years, is running for a third time for the 6th Congressional District. Parrott and Democrat April McLean Delaney are vying for the Western Maryland House seat vacated by Representative David Trone. Parrott was consistently among the small group of lawmakers who voted against attempts to repeal Maryland laws prohibiting defendants from being prosecuted for second-degree rape and fourth-degree sex offenses if the victim was married to the accused person or was incapacitated during the assault. In floor debate for the second reading of this House bill, Parrott appeared to argue the legislation was unnecessary and would criminalize regular physical contact between spouses. In common law in Maryland, it's already against the law to rape your wife. That's no question about that. It's against the law, but we're talking like fourth-degree offense. I mean, you just pat them in the wrong way, they take it sexually inappropriately. That's marriage. Don't you know that?
That's marriage.
Those things are protected in marriage, and this law gets rid of that. This is ridiculous, and that's why I'm voting no. And I encourage the body to vote no.
What year is this?
By the way, so the votes for this, this passed in Maryland, no problem, because everybody realizes it should. But the votes were 131 to 3, 125 to 6. So he's totally in the wrong, and he's just Neil Parrott.
Was he married? He's probably married.
His comments trivialize marital rape, and his opposition to protecting victims of domestic violence are deeply disturbing.
All right.
Boner candidate number 3.
Let's review the first 2 and vote.
Number 1, racist lies about Haitians in Ohio have consequences here in Salt Lake City. Roddy Salvatore has a food truck here in Salt Lake, Haitian cuisine, and it's affected his business. The comments about they're eating dogs and cats affected his business. He's said somebody even came up and said, "Dog or cat, huh?" And he usually makes about $1,000 at the farmers market, down to $300. Boner candidate number 2, you get assaulted, it's your fault. At least that's what a coach has allegedly told young female athletes at Park City High School. And boner candidate number 3, you just pat them in the wrong way and they take it sexually inappropriately.
All right, time to decide who is Boner of the Day for today, September 16, 2024. Which one of these three candidates is the worst? Which one should be Boner of the Day? 1, 2, or 3? Remember your candidate number. Put that single digit, the one that you think should win, in the message of a text. Text it to 33986. Or you can call the producer's booth, 877-602-9696. They'll take your live voice vote. Or go online, x96.com. Look for the box. It says Boner of the Day, September 16, 2024. Click and vote. If you don't see that box, refresh your browser. It'll appear. Click and vote. We've only got 3 minutes, though, so let's go. Get to voting. It's Boner of the Day.
It's often said that the people of Utah speak a language all their own. It's a language that's often confusing and even incomprehensible to newcomers here in the Beehive State. So, Radio from Hell presents a handy guide to help everyone understand how the natives speak. It's the Utah Word of the Day. And today's word is...
Ta. Ta. Listen carefully. You'll hear the mayor of Mona, Utah, and his son Denver have a conversation with ta words sprinkled liberally throughout. Now the mayor of Mona, Don Criddle.
I'm the mayor of Mona, Utah, Don Criddle, and I've got a message for the town councils of some of Mona's neighboring communities. We here in Mona are tired of taking in your people. There's folks from down to Nephi and folks from up to Santaquin and some from the surrounding areas, like over to Goshen, who've been flooding across our town borders. They're coming to the Young Living Lavender Farm. They're coming to use our rope swing out to the pond. And these border crossers aren't the best people. A lot of them are drinkers and smokers and such. Now, I'm sure some of them are very fine people, but it's just too much. So today, I'm going to authorize our town council to take action.
What kind of action do you think the council will take, Daddy? Because if it was up to me, I know what I'd do about this immigration problem. I know what to do to stop it, Daddy.
I'm probably going to be sorry I asked this, but what you would the future mayor of Mona, Denver Criddle, what would you do to stop the flow of them people coming to our town?
It's simple, Daddy. We got to build a wall. We got to build a big wall, a beautiful wall, the biggest, the best wall all around Mona City. That would stop it.
All right, Denver, a wall. You're right. That would control them immigrants from Santaquin and the like from coming here. But hell, son, that's a lot of work to build a wall around the whole city. You need materials and manpower for a project such as that, don't you know?
I know, Daddy. I got an idea about that, too. We get a bunch of junked cars from the auto salvage place, and then we pile them junkers all around the town border. And then, you know what we also have an embarrassing abundance of here in Mona, don't you?
Yep, that would be tumbleweeds. We do have an embarrassment of tumbleweeds in this town.
That's right, Daddy. We got more tumbleweeds than we have residents of Mona. So we take as many tumbleweeds as we need, and we put them all around the border, kind of fill in any gaps that there might be. Because I'm telling you, Daddy, folks trying to sneak into Mona from up to Santaquin or down to Nephi will get one look at that junk car and tumbleweed barricade. They'll hightail it right back to wherever they came from.
Son, I think you may have something. I'm going to head over to the council meeting right now and pitch it to them.
Will you tell them it was my idea, Daddy? It was my idea.
No, I won't. I'll tell them that this idea came from the future mayor of Mona, Utah, whose last name just happens to be Criddle.
But it was my idea, Daddy, not the future. Oh, wait, that is me, isn't it, Daddy? Tell them that I am their retribution.
Denver, you don't catch on quick, but you do eventually catch on.
Join us again some other time as we examine how the Utah natives speak with the Utah Word of the Day.
Well, that's over.
All right, 7:50. Time to award Boner of the Day.
And it's brought to you in part by Steak and Taters.
And Nightingale College provides the opportunity for an ideal work-life balance from the comfort of your home with 100% online nursing classes and no waiting list. Become a Nightingale nurse. Apply for their upcoming spring semester at nightingale.edu.
Well, the voting was very strong for all three of the candidates. But the winner was Boner candidate number one, the Haitian food truck.
Well,
And,
it's affecting us locally.
Yeah,
now.
the name of that truck is Makaya Caters, and you can find them in Rose Park. Let's see. He parks at the truck in Rose Park off 1000 North on Victoria Way, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evenings. Most Saturdays, he's at the Farmers Market at Pioneer Park. And on Saturday, the 21st, he'll be at the Afro Fest at Library Square. So buy some food from the Haitian food truck.
Yes. All right. Well, Emmys.
Oh, yeah, the Emmys were last night. Now, I didn't see them.
I watched them until this point.
Until what point?
So Baby Reindeer won a million things.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I only have problem with one of the awards that they won. What's his name? The creator of it.
Yeah.
Gad.
Richard Gadd.
Richard Gadd won Best Actor in a Limited Series.
Okay.
My problem with this is he's playing himself.
Ah, I see.
Well,
this is no. He's playing himself. Now the story is fictionalized and exaggerated and whatever, but essentially,
you make it sound like that would be easy to do. It's not. I take it from a person who's done some.
I know
acting.
you're an actor.
It is not. Trying to play yourself is very difficult.
Why would that be? Why would that be more difficult than? Why would that be award worthy more so than somebody else?
Because I don't know how to explain it to you other than it's difficult. It's difficult to pull it off, make it seem as though because you can't just be yourself. I mean, he's playing himself, but you can't just be yourself because it's not dramatic. If you have to find the ways to make it dramatic. Or to make it funny, or to make it, whatever. If you were just yourself, I mean, it's like on the radio. I am playing a version of myself. I'm not being myself.
And that's harder than if you were some wacky character every day on the Radio from Hell show.
Well, it's harder than people who can't do it. I mean, which is a lot of people.
I don't know. I guess I also have problems with Baby Reindeer because I had to tap out of it.
Yeah.
But it won a bunch of awards.
Let's see. Here's.
It was all about the bear last night, though.
Well,
wasn't it?
Hacks took home Best Comedy.
Good.
Instead of the bear.
Bear.
Good.
It also won
bear
Best.
The Bear shouldn't be in the comedy.
It also won. It beat the Bear. Everyone thought that Christmas episode of the Bear, which is called Fishes, would win Best Episode, and it's not. The season finale of Hacks won.
Oh, really?
Jean Smart won Best Actress in a Comedy Series.
Oh, good.
Hacks was a surprise winner over The Bear, which won Best Comedy Series last year. However, the Bear did get 4 big wins, including acting awards for 3 of the show's cast members: Jeremy Allen White, Best Lead in a Comedy Series; Liza Colon-Zayas, Best Supporting Actress. She's the Latina sous chef on, and Ebon Moss-Bacharach, who is incredibly good on that
Cousin
show.
Richie.
Yeah.
Cousin Richie.
He's just excellent on
He'll
that
soon
show.
be known as Benjamin J. Grimm.
In what?
The Thing. He's the Fantastic Four.
Christopher Storer won Best Directing for a Comedy Series for The Bear. With its total 2024 Emmy wins, The Bear set a new record for most wins in a single season.
But Shogun won a lot, too.
Shogun won 4, including Best Drama. In addition,
Actor.
Anna Sawai won Best Actress, and Hiroyuki Sanada was named Best Actor, and I think he's the producer of the show too. I believe
They were both good.
they are the first two Japanese actors to ever win an Emmy. Really, and the director won. The director of Shogun won an Emmy.
I was sad that Juno Temple didn't win. She lost to Jodie Foster.
Oh,
yeah.
Which
I didn't really care for that season
that was pretty good.
Of Fargo?
Yeah, no, of
Night Country.
Yeah,
I
True
thought it was
True
pretty
Detective.
good. I liked it.
I thought the other female lead in that was better than Jodie Foster.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Elizabeth Debicki won Best Supporting Actress for a drama. Billy Crudup, Best Supporting Actor for I Don't Know Who Watches This, The Morning Show.
I watch it.
Do you?
Yeah. He's really good in it too.
Yeah, I mean, he is good. The parts of it I've seen, he is good in it, but I didn't care for the series much. Let's see, and who else won? Yeah, Jodie Foster, and
I mean, she gave a nice speech talking about giving honor to Indigenous people, because that's a lot of what
that's what that was about.
That season was about.
now. Last week tonight with John Oliver, he won. He was named Best Scripted Variety. It was named Best Scripted Variety Series, and he went up to accept the award. And it was sort of sad and funny. And do you have it there?
I got it right here.
I also want to thank, it's going to be very silly, our dog. We had the most fantastic dog, and she was at our wedding, and she got us through a pandemic. She was with us for the 2 pregnancies, and perfect choice of music. We had to say goodbye to her.
And then he swears at swears at the people playing along.
I feel like Sarah McLachlan right now. She was an amazing dog, and
they stopped the music.
I would guess I want to. This isn't just for her. This is for all dogs. All dogs. You're all very good girls. You're very good boys.
Aww.
You all deserve a treat. Play me off
now. Crash 62nd South Bangor Highway by Reams. Blocked left lane heading east. Thank you, Infiniteam member, whoever sent that in via text at 33986. We also have a crash eastbound I-80 near the Mountain Dell exit. The left lane and shoulder are blocked. Traffic is slow through that area. Crash eastbound 126 South 41st West in Riverton. The left lane is blocked. Traffic backed up to the Mountain View corridor. And what are you seeing on the roads? You can let us know. 33986.
All right, thank you. We will take a break. We will be back after these messages. Bill Frost will be here to tell us what's on TV this week. Stand by for that. UtahAdvocates.com.
Yeah, the Advocates, personal injury attorneys, and they're nice people. I mean, we've met them all. Met most of the attorneys. We've had lunch with them. They're just nice folks.
It's a local boutique shop.
Yep.
Not some chain.
So
they live here.
If you are hurt by some negligent driver or distracted driver, or your property is damaged, your car is damaged, you or your loved one deserve an advocate. So call them, 801-355-5550. You can call them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Doesn't matter. And they're not going to charge you for the call. As a matter of fact, you're not going to pay a dime out of your own pocket. If they take your case, they take part of the settlement when that's all wrapped up. So don't suffer in silence, and don't try to deal with the insurance companies yourself. Call the Advocates, 801-355-5550, or if you're shy, you can chat online, UtahAdvocates.com. You can
All right.
Yeah.
I'm cold.
It
I know we
is
complain
awfully
about
cold in here.
We complain about it's. You're like, I thought you guys used to complain that it was hot in there. Yes, and we wear these. At least Bill and I wear these fingerless gloves.
I'm not wearing them today, but I should be.
But mine have like the fingerless gloves, but it's not thumbless gloves. My thumbs are covered, and it makes it difficult. Like if I have a stack of my work papers, to try to separate them. I
used to have mittens that were like. They were fingerless gloves, but then there was a mitten part that you could flip
I
back
have that.
and Velcro.
See? Look.
Oh, is it on there?
Yeah, look. So you just cover it up like that.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
I think we ought to hand.
Yeah.
No, nobody cares that we're freezing in here. Nobody cares that the phone beeps all the time. Nobody cares.
Or the video doesn't match up
doesn't
the
match
audio.
up with the audio. Yeah.
I could go out. You know what? I've been looking at that to see how far off it is. I don't think. I think what's happening here. This is actually video from a couple of days ago.
I think so.
Bill, I also liked Bill's suggestion of we could just talk faster.
Yeah, we talk faster.
It might warm us up.
Yeah. And I could go out into the hall and yell about this, but all I would hear is my own voice echoing back to me.
Well, while you're out there, why don't you tell them to fix the sign out front too?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, like Marlon in Syracuse. Big fan of the TV Tan podcast, he says.
Really?
In Syracuse.
In Syracuse.
He's the one.
Yep.
Cool.
That's your listener, Marlon
That's the one.
in Syracuse.
All right.
Well, here he is, Bill Frost. He's going to tell us what's on TV this week. Bill Frost is happy to learn that he has a listener.
Yes.
In Syracuse.
Always.
Someone who listens to his podcast, TV Tan. I think there's another person who reads your column in the City Weekly.
Wow.
There's probably another person who does that. And there's a few people who've heard your band.
Yes.
Magna Vega.
Yes.
You can find all things Bill Frost at billfrost.tv.
Yes, you can.
What's going on?
I didn't watch the Oscars. I'm just letting you know.
How about the Emmys? Did you watch that?
Nope. Didn't watch any. I don't watch any award show, really.
I don't blame you. I don't care for them.
Yeah. Tomorrow, Tuesday.
Okay.
This is. I think this would technically be the first new TV series of the fall season, of the fall broadcast season. High Potential on ABC, starring Caitlin Olsen from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. This is another one of those. She's a janitor at the police station, and she happens to make an observation and says, "Well, you know what you missed on this case here." One more thing, sir. And so they say, you know what? We're going to hire you as a consultant. So this is another quirky outsider, helps the cops solve cases kind of show, like Monk and Elsbeth, and there's the list is endless.
Yeah.
But this is
she's a janitor.
This is worth watching because of Caitlin Olsen. She's
Yes.
always very good.
Been waiting for her to get a good project.
Yeah. So this is a sort of a drama, comedy, crime show thing.
All right.
And it's called High Potential, based on a French series.
Okay.
And Gina, also on Tuesday on Paramount Plus.
Yes.
Nothing But a Good Time, the uncensored story of 80s hair metal. It's a documentary. And I went back and looked, and they already did one of these last year, a hair metal documentary,
So is
also
this-
on Paramount Plus.
Is this different hair
This is
metal
totally
bands?
totally different.
Okay.
It's got some of the same people in it. You always got to have Bret Michaels.
Of course.
You always got to talk to Bret Michaels.
He wears the bandana no matter what.
Yeah, I think it's sewn to his head.
Yeah.
You got to talk to Stephen Piercy of
Yep,
Rat.
Sure.
But then the other names in here don't make a lot of sense. Nuno Betancourt, your boyfriend.
Well.
Extreme came along. Actually,
Very,
Extreme
they were
very late 80s.
They got caught up in the grunge thing, and
Yeah.
Extreme was a poorly timed band.
Yeah, so I don't know
How
why
come
we're
you-
talking to
How
Nuno.
come you're not on that special, Gina?
You should be
But
on it.
Nuno's in it.
Nuno's in
I'll
there.
watch it for him.
And so the other one was called I Wanna Rock, the 80s Metal Dream. So you could watch them all back to back.
Okay.
On
You see Gina sitting in front of her TV.
yeah. On Wednesday, Agatha All Along.
Yes.
Catherine Hahn. This has been 3 years now. We've been kind of waiting for this.
Yeah. The COVID held things up a little bit.
And also went through
strike.
like a dozen different titles.
Yeah. Which they say they meant to do that.
Oh, we totally meant to do that. Yeah.
that's true.
So this is Catherine Hahn. She's at the end of WandaVision. She lost her powers. Now she's working to get them back by walking the Witch's Road, which sounds awful. And also in here are Aubrey Plaza, Sashir Zamata, Patty Lupone. Are in
Great
there.
cast.
Yeah. And 2 of the 9 episodes drop on Wednesday on Disney Plus.
Yes.
Also on Wednesday, ABC, The Golden Bachelorette. You know they were gonna. You knew they were gonna do it.
I just no.
They're very popular.
Yeah, I know.
She's a 61-year-old grandmother from Rockland, Maryland.
And she's hot, right?
Of course she is.
Yeah.
She doesn't look 61 at all.
No.
And that's on ABC on Wednesday. And also on Wednesday, the 47th season of Survivor. We're back in Fiji.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
Like I said, I think they bought a series of islands there because they don't go to different places anymore.
Yeah. I think the Jon Favreau, not the Iron Man Jon Favreau, but of Pod Save America. I believe he's the most annoying person on Pod Save America. So of course he's in here.
I think he's really funny.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he does his own podcast too, called I forget.
He's going to be
that good.
He's going to be on Survivor?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
I know, right?
Wow.
He has been on Survivor. He when he came back to Pod Save America and his own podcast, he says I can't talk about any of it, but I think he said he wasn't on very long.
Oh, okay.
Probably wasn't supposed to
He's
say
in
that either.
maybe he's in the promos more than he is the show. Also, I'll mention this, and we'll speak no more about it. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City season 5 on Wednesday on Bravo.
We've got Victoria coming back this week to watch it, so we don't
Good.
have to.
Good for you.
Because I watched The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, and that about did me in. So.
Ooh, I'm
Yeah.
so sorry.
Oh man.
On Thursday, The Penguin.
Yes.
Colin Farrell, HBO and Max.
If you're missing your Sopranos, this is a
This
a good
good
fill-in.
mob show.
It's a mob show.
It's a Gotham mob show.
Yeah.
Is what it is. Colin Farrell back as Oz Cobb from 2022's The Batman, and he's working to become the top mob guy in Gotham.
Okay.
But he has to get through mob heiress Kristen Milioti, Sophia Falcone, the character.
Who we hear steals the show away
Yes.
from him. Apparently,
Yes.
she's apparently great.
Yeah. So that's starts on Thursday on HBO and Max, and then moves to Sundays after that.
Really?
Yeah.
8 episodes.
Yes. Also,
And Colin Farrell says, I don't think I'll do this again because I hate wearing the makeup now.
yeah, it looks like a lot. Also on Thursday on Netflix, Zack Snyder's made an anime.
Okay.
If only you could see Carrie's face.
Is it a 6-hour-long anime?
No, it's a series.
Oh,
It's a series.
Yeah, it's called Twilight of the Gods, based on Norse gods like Thor and Odin.
Yeah.
And voices include Lauren Cohen from The Walking Dead, Jamie Chung, Peter Stormare, Corey Stoll. Good voice cast, and yeah. And
They'll ruin it.
It's also not for the kids.
Yeah.
Lots of violence and blood and nudity, and it's all the stuff.
It's a cartoon.
All the Snyder Bros will line up for it.
Yes, they will.
They'll love it.
Also on Thursday on Prime Video, A Very Royal Scandal. It's from the producers of A Very English Scandal and A Very British Scandal. So you see a theme here. This is about the 2019 BBC interview between Emily Maitlis and Prince Andrew. They've already Netflix did one of these back in the spring.
I was going to say this.
Yeah.
I thought I saw this show.
This is another one.
Okay.
But this time around, those characters are played by Ruth Wilson and Michael Sheen. And it's, yeah.
All right.
The other one was called Scoop back in April. And also on Netflix on Thursday, Monsters, a Lyle and Eric Menendez story. This is from Ryan Murphy.
There's so much TV I have to
I
watch
know.
this week.
Yeah, this is a follow-up, kind of a follow-up to Dahmer Monster.
Mm-hmm.
And the guys playing Eric and Lyle look exactly like Eric and
does
Lyle.
one of them have a bad toupee?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and also in here as the parents are Chloe Sevigny and Javier Bardem.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good cast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now this will make me sad because Javier will get killed, and
Yeah,
I'll be
yeah.
sad about that.
Hey.
Spoilers.
Come on, Gina.
Also on Sunday, From, starring Harold Perrineau, is back. It's on MGM Plus, so you're not going to see it. But you can watch the first 2 seasons on Prime Video because Amazon owns MGM now. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that Harold Perrineau's daughter
Yes.
was
Yeah.
one of the leads in Chaos.
Yeah. Didn't know.
I did not know that. Oh,
She's really good, too.
Yeah, she's quite
Does
good.
she have a different last name or something?
No.
No, I didn't put it
Her
together.
name is
you know.
Aurora Perrineau.
Oh.
Yeah.
And this is about a town where unsuspecting travelers accidentally turn off the highway and we can't leave. And also there's monsters that come out at night that will eat your face.
Yeah.
That sounds awful.
It's pretty terrifying.
He's really good in it.
Yeah.
The supporting cast, at least the season I watched, was not very good.
Mm-hmm.
The other actors are like kind of it sort of it made it difficult to watch sometime, I thought.
And here's 2 more on Sunday on CBS and Paramount Plus. Matlock.
But with
Kathy Bates is Matlock.
Kathy Bates is Matlock.
No relation. She even makes a joke in the first episode, like that old TV lawyer. It's just a coincidence she's named Matlock.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she looks really different.
Yeah, she's lost a lot of weight.
She says this is her last thing. She's going to retire once this is done.
And also on Sunday on Fox, Rescue High Surf. It's Baywatch, but it's serious Baywatch.
Serious Baywatch.
Because, it's from John Wells, director of ER, The West Wing.
Wasn't Baywatch serious? Baywatch?
No.
Sure.
I don't know.
Be more accurate.
I never watched them. So.
Gary believed every minute of it.
To be more accurate, this would be more like Baywatch Hawaii with
right.
with Aquaman, unrecognizable Aquaman.
Unrecognizable.
He's like
Aquaman.
skinny with short hair and no tattoos.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, it's basically it's a rescue series. It's a drama. And they're rescuing people, and they got lots of pretty people and great scenery. And maybe just watch it with the sound off.
Yeah, just have it on in the background.
Yeah.
All right, Bill Frost, thank you. Read his column in the City Weekly and listen to the TV Tan podcast and seek out Magda Vega, the band.
Yeah.
They're playing around here
We'll
and
be
there.
somewhere.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. Traffic, Gina, please.
Yes. Crash eastbound I-80 near the Mountain Dell exit. Left lane and shoulder are blocked. Crash eastbound 126 South 41st West in Riverton. And let's see, had a couple different friends of the program texting in about that 126 South incident. What are you texting in about? That's where you send us what you're seeing on the roads. 33986 is where you do that.
All right, Beat Gina coming up after these messages and a song. It's a trivia game. You can play. You will win a prize. What is the prize?
Tickets to Ballet West, Jekyll and Hyde.
Jekyll and Hyde. Oh, that'll be cool. So, tickets to see Ballet West, Jekyll and Hyde, 877-602-9696 is the number to call. Get in line now to play Beat Gina to get those tickets. 877-602-9696. Stockton 12 Honda.
Your neighborhood Honda dealer, Stockton 12 Honda. I've bought cars there in the past, and I will probably buy cars there in the future. Stockton 12 Honda. Huge selection of new Hondas like the Honda Pilot, the CR-V, the Odyssey, the Accord, the Civic. And if you want a hybrid, the CR-V, the Accord, and the Civic now all come in hybrid models. They have competitive pricing, and they'll give you top dollar for your trade-in, too, at Stockton 12 Honda. And check out the service department at Stockton 12 Honda. You can go to Stockton12Honda.com and see all of the service specials that they have this month and schedule your service appointment online. So that makes it very convenient. And also check out the all-new electric Honda Prologue. This is their first electric vehicle. It's Stockton 12 Honda. You take the 106 South exit off of I-15. You go into the Southtown Auto Mall, down by the Costco. There they are, Stockton 12 Honda.
When you And Bill has comments about soup.
I have questions about soup, and if you want to weigh in on this, please feel free to do it. You could call us at 877-602-9696 or text 33986. I was eating a bowl of soup, consuming a bowl of soup.
What kind of soup?
It was a Tuscan soup.
Okay.
Tuscan-style soup with kale in it and beans and potatoes and Italian sausage.
Was it from Harmon's?
No, I made it.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I made the soup. And so here I am sitting at my dinner table consuming this soup. And so I'm going to maintain that it's impossible, or I'm going to maintain that you should never order soup at a restaurant because it's impossible to eat it in any kind of a dignified manner. It's just not possible to
Are you a slurper, Bill?
To be cultured. Now, so I'm eating the soup and I'm just with my spoon, you know.
Okay.
And then, but especially if you have a long beard.
Oh, yeah.
Then I realized, now it's not dipping into the soup bowl, but I realize as I'm eating the soup, somehow it's kind of dripping into my beard.
yeah.
That's no good. There's nothing I can, and so, so you get a napkin and you're always like this. And then I'm realizing I'm making slurping noises. And then I realize as I get down toward the bottom of the bowl of soup, the spoon no longer seems adequate.
Well, that's where
so you pick up the bowl and you drink it out of the bowl.
No, that's where the bread comes in. You don't have,
No,
usually have bread with your soup.
I had bread with the soup. There's two okay, half a loaf maybe would have served. You get down to and you've eaten the chunks out of it, so it's just the liquid. And now I was thinking back on the days of when I was taught etiquette of eating soup.
Yes.
And what you're supposed to do,
you square it,
is you take your spoon and you go forward and scoop up some, and then sip it out, and then back and soup. Right?
Well, no. What you're supposed to do.
I'm learning so many things.
You're supposed to eat it kind of at a right angle. So you don't come right at your face.
That's right.
You go up straight, and then over.
Yeah.
And
then gently sip it out so that you don't make noise.
Correct.
Take you an hour. It'd take you a damn hour to get through the rest of the soup. It's just so my solution to this is, I guess, don't order soup at a restaurant or in public, and just if your family objects, then
no. I mean, you should. I am a fan of etiquette at home as well as out.
Then don't have soup at home either.
We have our table manners at home the same way as we have.
You would not allow anybody to pick up the bowl and drink it out of the bowl?
If my child were doing that, I would tell them not to do it, and I would say get some bread and soak it up.
So in other cultures that eat broth or things like that, they will pick up the bowl and they'll drink it. So, I mean, that's in other cultures, that's etiquette. Doesn't that count?
I think that sometimes etiquette goes too far. It just goes too far.
I'm guessing somebody in your family said you were.
No.
They were fine with it?
Yeah, no, they didn't. No, they don't care. I was just thinking about this myself as I was doing it. And actually, I probably would do it in a restaurant even. Yeah, I don't know if I would. I just won't order soup in a restaurant.
You get a thicker soup. It's not as big of a problem.
Like a chowder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chowder. And it was fine because there were big chunks of potato in this and beans and chunks of sausage.
Somebody says you should invest in a beard bib.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Well, I mean,
Yes.
masks.
Yeah.
Everybody that decided to use the mask as a beard holder, you could do that.
No, haven't you ever gone into a restaurant or a place where there's and
They
they make
give
you
you
wear
bibs?
they make you wear hair nets?
Oh,
yeah.
And there's also guys who have beards. They make them wear beard
A
nets.
beard net.
Yeah.
Those that are working or
Yeah.
just guests? Well,
Yeah.
Working, understandably. I thought you were talking about guests for a second. I was like, what?
No, I just don't think there's any. I think there's just no good way to do it. The best way to eat soup is slurp it. You slurp it up and you pick up the bowl. And I had bread too, but
That's what the bread is for.
There was too much damn liquid. It would have taken a half a loaf.
In my case, what happens when you're not supposed to eat the bread? Because I'm allergic to the yeast. So how is the etiquette for that one?
Again, don't have soup.
Somebody says, for as much as my mother made soup when I was a child, I'm glad Gina's not my mother. There's nothing like drinking soup out of the bowl.
Yeah, that's if you're really pushing it too far, Gina. You should let them pick now. If you say in the restaurant, maybe not, but at home.
How do you know what to do in the restaurant if you don't do it at home? You can't have different rules for the restaurant and the home.
Because you say, guess what? You can do that at home, but you can't do it in a restaurant. That's how you know.
You learn by
Jesus.
practicing. If you do it, if you eat it this way all the time, then it's not a big deal. This is how we do this. This is how we. Someone also says that this show is so political.
Incredibly.
Well, we're on different sides of soup. I mean,
And you know what? I love soup. I just love soup.
Well, Gina loves the Olive Garden, and anytime I go there, I always get their unlimited soup and
Okay,
salads. So.
I have another confession to make about this soup.
Okay.
And I wouldn't tell my wife this. I didn't mention it to my wife.
Oh, okay.
But I came across this recipe for the Instant Pot.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Tuscan kale and sausage soup.
Okay.
And it said, just like the Olive Garden.
Oh.
Olive Garden style. And then it says that you can make it home and better. And the picture of the soup looked so good.
It won you over.
And so I thought, well, I'll try it.
Did your soup look like the picture?
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Yeah. And the other thing that it makes it just tops it off, right at the end, you put a cup of half and half in it.
Make that
And
thick.
Little
Nice-
creamy.
nice
No,
and
it just
thick.
makes it creamy.
Oh,
It just
okay.
doesn't thicken it.
Trav the Trashman says, my beard reaches my belly button. I tuck it in my shirt when I'm
Yeah.
eating. It's my mustache that's the problem.
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know why. Because my beard was not getting into the soup, but just eating it.
Yeah.
A
It just
little bit
drips
will
off
just
the
kind of accidentally dribble, and there's nothing to do to prevent that. So you just have to have a napkin and make sure you.
Just use an old mask, like the people did that didn't want to actually cover their faces during COVID, and it just covers your beard.
Maybe, yeah.
It sticks on your ears.
Yeah.
It's like the best thing I can give you, unless there's an actual beard bib that I don't know
Maybe
about.
it's time to shave. I don't know.
No,
Killer,
keep it.
our friend Killer says, Bill, you should use a straw.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Etiquette.
And then he says, that's another killer idea from the killer.
Well, all right. That's my soup exposition there.
Man, I wish I had a soup thing to play right now.
God, I love soup.
All right.
It's a good day for soup.
Yeah, exactly. Nice chili or something. Maybe I'll do that tonight. Weather report at all, or?
I mean, it's snowy and going to do that off and on all weekend and cold. Winter, it decided to show up. Welcome, winter.
Because on this day, in 1985, the Smiths released The Boy with the Thorn in His Side. A slightly remixed version of the single appeared on their third studio album, The Queen is Dead, a year later. There you go. Beat Gina, brought to you by...
Tune in all week long with Radio from Hell and win tickets to the Jekyll and Hyde dress rehearsal at Ballet West, October 25th through November 2nd at the Ballet West Theater. It's an edgy adult psychological thriller based on the 19th century story by Robert Louis Stevenson. Following the smash success of last year's Dracula, this gripping production explores the dark side of the human psyche. Witness the dynamic portrayal of Dr. Jekyll and his evil split personality in this horror classic. You can get tickets by going to balletwest.org.
It's time for another exciting episode of Beat Gina. I'm Johnny Ola, the Beat Gina announcer, with an idea to make your holiday picnics gayer with Armor Star Frank firecrackers. Next 4th of July, for instance, celebrate with firecrackers you can eat. Armor Star Franks in disguise. What? They'll make any picnic go over with a bang.
How do I...
Just heat up these juicy, tender, already cooked Franks, roast them on forks over a fire, or pop them into a kettle of boiling water for 7 or 8 minutes. They're plump with delicious Armor beef and pork and full of flavor. The wonderful, natural flavor of carefully selected meats. And they're as economical as they are nourishing. You see, you eat every bite of meat you buy. Now, Marie Gifford, the famous Armor Star home economist, suggests that you add frilly little fuses as a holiday touch. You paste red paper frills on the end of a toothpick and stick in the Franks just before you serve them with buns and relish and bowls of cabbage and green pepper slaw.
I see.
Try this fresh new way to serve the Franks that are made fresh daily, and they taste it. Armor Star Franks.
Thank you.
And now, the star of our show, your host, Kerry Jackson.
Thank you, Johnny Ola.
That's the stupidest idea.
I was going to say it.
Not
You're putting it in the hot dog. All right. The randomizer has picked a contestant. Gina, you'll be going up against Jennifer today.
Hi,
Hello,
Jennifer.
Hi.
All right, Jennifer, we're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you the advantage. You call it heads or tails.
Tails.
All right. See what happens. It is tails, Gina.
Now you're one step closer to winning these Ballet West tickets.
So it's Jekyll and Hyde. You're going to win these tickets because you won the coin toss. It means, Jennifer, you will go first. It's multiple choice, pop culture trivia. If you get this question correct, it's yours to answer exclusively. You get the point. If not, I'll allow Gina to answer the same question, possibly stealing your point away if she gets it correct, and we'll go back and forth till one of you gets 3 points. Here we go. We have some leftover questions, so we're going to run through all of our It trivia.
Okay.
It. The book, the movie, It. All right? So, Jennifer, we begin with you.
Okay.
What restaurant did the adult losers meet at? What restaurant did the adult losers meet at? Was it 1, the Double R Diner? Was it 2, the Boar's Nest? Was it 3, the Snappy Lunch? Or 4, Chop Suey Chinese Kitchen?
Oh my gosh, I have no idea. I haven't seen it. The first one?
The Double R Diner? Terribly sorry. No. That's Twin Peaks. Sorry.
Gina?
Is it Chop Suey?
Chop Suey Chinese Kitchen.
1 for Gina. She controls the question.
Gina, out of the main 7 of the people of the group in It, which one dies first?
Okay.
Was it 1, Stan? Was it 2, Beverly? Was it 3, Pippet the dog? Or 4, Alex Kintner?
I mean, if you... Stan.
Stan is correct.
Huh. That's 2 for Gina. Nothing for you, Jennifer.
Jennifer.
Come on, Jennifer, you can do it.
Jennifer.
Okay.
What did the 7 kids call their group? You know, the 7 kids, this is what we call ourselves. Is it 1, the Magnificent 7? Is it 2, the Village People? Is it 3, the Losers Club? Or 4, the Pink Ladies? You should.
The Magnificent Seven.
No,
Carrie gave you this answer in another question,
on a
Jennifer.
plate.
Oh, Jennifer.
Losers.
Losers. There you go.
Wow.
Gina wins, and you're a loser, Jennifer.
Losers
Oh,
Club. Wow.
Jennifer. But, Jennifer didn't see it, right?
She didn't see it,
She
no.
didn't see it. That's not fair, really. Jennifer, even though I beat you handily, you're going to get these tickets to Ballet West Jekyll and Hyde anyway.
How about that?
And that's amazing. And I'm still going to donate to the Humane Society.
Oh,
Oh,
thank you
okay.
so much.
All right, hang on the line. We'll tell you how to get those tickets.
Listen, I've got to go. I'm going to have some hot dog meat.
All right, let's get to some big boy news now. Brought to you by.
Is your furnace going to last through the winter? We trust our friends at Larson HVAC and Plumbing. They're quick, convenient, and affordable. They fix what needs fixing. Go to larsonhvac.com/X96.
Dexter. The show, the TV show, Dexter. They're doing another one, Dexter Original Sin. Dexter's prequel series premieres December 15th, and it'll be available to stream 2 days earlier on Paramount Plus with Showtime. The series will follow the show's original titular character during his teenage years. The spin-off is set in the 90s, centered on a younger version of the serial killer played by Michael C. Hall in the original series, who will narrate the show.
Yeah.
As well as star in another spin-off, Dexter Resurrection. So we're going to have two Dexters.
Resurrection?
That's what it says.
Okay. Well, the prequel series is basically
How
he learned from his father the code, and his
Yeah.
father is Christian Slater.
If you're gonna kill people, kill bad people, and then it's sort of okay.
The site of a proposed residential tower in high-profile corner of Highland Drive in 2100 South there in Sugar House, Planning Commission has recommended against it. The developers bid to create that customized zoning in Sugar House to build a boxy 14-story apartment tower has drawn an adamant thumbs down from the Salt Lake City leaders, though city planners had backed the idea of adding the new zone to allow more height and density on a key intersection of that growing East Side neighborhood. After 2 hours of testimony and debate, the Planning Commission unanimously urged Thursday that the City Council just turn it down. In the 30 years since I've been reviewing land use projects, said Judy Short with the Sugar House Community Council, this is the first time I've ever seen a developer write their own zone and then ask you to approve it so they could build what they wanted to build.
There, just sign at the bottom. There, just right there. Here's the pen. Just
Not gonna
sign
happen.
that.
The masks, social distancing, and other visible signs of the coronavirus pandemic have largely disappeared, but federal data shows that the virus is far from gone in Utah and neighboring states. Levels of the COVID-19 virus were very high in wastewater monitoring at sites across the Beehive State in mid-July. That's according to data from the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention. That puts Utah amid a group of 20 states with the highest virus levels compared to the baseline for each wastewater treatment plant. There is no longer much in the way of detailed updates on COVID-19 cases. Utah's dashboard for COVID-19 surveillance hasn't been updated since November, and case counts through the state's public health indicator-based information system are only current as of December 31st, 2023. The Utah Department of Health and Human Services notes that viral activity, though, is increasing, and your chances of getting the virus is increasing.
Have the new vaccines arrived yet?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I've already had mine. So, so go today. You can get it today.
All right.
Let's see. Washington County School District says it has a zero-tolerance policy for racism.
Good.
And they've trained staff and students to prevent it. And yet, school employees didn't take any action when Pineview High School students painted their faces black for a recent football game and were celebrated for doing it, a display that district officials say should not have happened, and that has led to the resignation of one employee. The controversy started August 23rd, a blackout football game hosted by Pineview, at which a small group of male students painted their faces black and then won a school spirit award. A staff member later posted pictures of 2 of the award recipients posing with cheerleaders on the St. George School's website. The images have since been removed, and the part-time employee who posted them has resigned. An investigation is not complete. We can't discuss whether there will be more discipline on anyone else, said a spokesperson for the school.
So it's a zero tolerance policy, but they won an award anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. Okay. Don't ask me how. Let's see. And how about, Donald Trump, of course, visited Salt Lake, touchdown Saturday afternoon, never left the airport grounds, had a private fundraiser, lasted up to 3 hours. Prominent Utah Republicans, including Governor Spencer Cox, State Senate President Stuart Adams, House Speaker Schultz, State GOP Chair Robert Axson, greeted their party's standard bearer. Adams, through a spokesperson, said Trump spoke about the U.S. military, highlighting its strength and dedication and effectiveness. Before the main donor event, a handful of top Utah political leaders sat down with the candidate for a roundtable. After that intimate gathering, the lawmaker said, Cox introduced Trump to the crowd of about 500 donors and remarked that the state worked better with the former president's administration. Representative Phil Lyman of Blanding, who's running for a write-in campaign for governor, tweeted that it was fun to listen to a great president. Trump is a genuine patriot.
Did you see that story that a bunch of people that worked for the Reagan administration have come out and said they're voting for Kamala Harris?
No, I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
Yep, there's like 9 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Trump very clearly wanted to spend time with us.
No.
And hear what's important to folks here in the state, said the chairman of the Utah Republican Party, Rob Axson.
Rob, he wanted your
He
money.
just wanted the money.
And he got it. And he wanted to just sit and talk, and you just sat and listened. And so he won. You lost.
The Speaker of the House, Schultz, said, to have President Trump come to Utah is just amazing. He cares about Utah.
He cares about your money.
He cares about Utah.
He needs to pay his lawyers.
Yeah. It's just, I just don't get it.
He's a felon.
It was almost a spiritual experience.
Ugh.
Yuck. And Donald Trump says, I hate Taylor Swift.
Because he's 9 years old.
I hate Taylor Swift.
Okay.
He posted that on his Truth Social platform.
No, I mean, he hopes for celebrity endorsements. And so much so with this one that he faked it.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago with AI.
Which I think is partially what she mentioned in her post.
Yes,
why
like,
she
this is
did it.
partially why I'm
Yeah.
doing this, is because...
And then now that he's been spurned, he's like, he has the emotional maturity of a 9-year-old. And it's like, well, I hate you.
I know you are, but what am I?
I hate her. I hate her. Let's see. That's about all I got. We still have some time here.
No, that's good.
Okay.
All right. Sports, weather, traffic.
You've probably been referring to the University of Utah's tribal logo incorrectly.
I haven't been referring to it at all.
If you were to describe the University of Utah logo, how would you describe it?
I would call it
It's a feather.
the feather logo. That one? Is that the one we're
That's
talking
the one.
about?
Yeah, this is a story in the Tribune by Courtney Tanner. Most people would say it's a drum and a feather. It's like a drum.
I don't see a drum.
And a feather. Well, Carrie, then you got it right then.
Oh.
I didn't see a drum.
Yeah, I don't see
Bill,
a drum.
you also got it right.
Yeah, it's just a feather.
The circle in the design is not a drum, but instead supposed to be the circle of life. That's according to the late Ute leader, Lacey Harris, who created it.
Oh.
His daughter, Brianna Clark, says he used to bristle when he heard the logo described as a drum and a feather. Yeah, you might not have known who designed that. It was Brianna Clark's father, Lacey Harris. Clark confirmed to the Salt Lake Tribune that she grew up hearing her father talk about his logo for the U that uses his tribe's name and imagery. The school had a long-standing agreement with the Ute Indian tribe of eastern Utah to do so, starting informally as far back as 1972. Part of that was to use what's officially trademarked as the circle and feather, as well as using the Ute name for the U's athletics teams. In exchange, the school's supposed to support the tribe's children in their education, and it's promised to celebrate tribal culture, such as having Harris, a prominent leader in the Ute community, come up with the design. I welcome this article because I always thought it was a drum too.
I never saw a drum there.
It's the circle of life.
I want to know what they're doing to celebrate Ute culture.
Well, they do all kinds of stuff for it. They have to. They have a whole night, a whole game dedicated to the tribe. They do all kinds of stuff. And I was unaware that we had a professional lacrosse team in Utah.
Professional.
Mm-hmm. I was sent this, and I appreciate when you send me sports information. Back-to-back reigning champions, the Utah Archers. They're the APP champs, professional lacrosse.
Why are
in
they
Utah.
called Archers?
No, Bill, I
lacrosse?
didn't even know there was a team. You're already asking me too much about this team. So congratulations.
What's lacrosse, Gina?
It's like soccer it's like hockey. It's like soccer and hockey together, kind of. It's soccer, but you got a stick, but it's not on the ground. It's up in the air.
That.
You can hit each other.
Oh, okay. You can hit each other with the sticks?
Mm-hmm.
Well, nobody told me that.
I mean, in certain, not always.
Oh, okay, because I'd watch that.
But you can.
I don't think you don't do it on purpose.
It's okay. It's
if you slip and
yeah,
you do.
I went to watch my nephew play lacrosse once. I'd never seen a lacrosse game once, and some kid hit my nephew, and I said to my sister, I'm like, hey, she's like, no, that's part of it. I'm like, really?
Wow.
That's part of it?
I mean, you get hit,
No, like not accidentally, like hit with the stick. It's not accidental. I don't know the rules, but apparently it's okay.
Okay.
All right. Weather, traffic?
So right now, not raining. That's going to change later. About a 70% chance of showers later tonight, and that kind of sticks around for most of the week. And today it'll be pretty warm, 83 for high. After this storm starts coming through, though, tomorrow high of 66, Wednesday 69. That continues. I'm looking all the way through Friday. We have this chance of showers. Haster Games for board games, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, miniatures, dice paints, and more. Haster Games, 6831 South State or HasterGames.com. You want traffic, too? That's what that music tells me. All traffic stopped for a few minutes northbound I-15 approaching 146 South in Bluffdale to move a crash from the left shoulder off the freeway. Traffic is slowed back up into Utah County. Crash 1900 West near Midland Drive in West Haven. All southbound lanes are blocked. Traffic forced to turn right on Commerce Way. Northbound traffic at 1900 West has one right lane available. And looks like that's about it. You can text us something if you see it. 33986 is where you do that.
Lacrosse rules say you cannot use your stick to hit an opponent's body, except for their gloved hand. So you can hit their hand, the one that has a glove on it, but you can't hit their body with it.
This is more about lacrosse than I've ever known.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. We will take a break. We'll be back. Geek News coming up after these. Stand by.
So it's National Donkey Week, and I've always had kind of an appreciation of donkeys.
Mm-hmm.
And years ago, when KJQ in Ogden, where I was working there, were you working there at the time we got Buster?
Not when you got Buster.
But he was already there.
He was there when I arrived. Yeah.
Buster was a little burro or donkey that the BLM used to do adopt a burro program. And the station owner and manager at the time, Tom Greenlee, said, yeah, you know what? Let's see if we can adopt one of these donkeys. We'll adopt one. It'll be the station mascot. Okay. So we did. And, in fact, we got this little donkey named Buster. We named him Buster, the KJQ. I think we called him the Burro.
Burro.
KJQ
Buster Burro.
Yeah. And he was everything you would expect in a donkey.
Yeah.
He was stubborn. Mm-hmm. He was stinky.
Ill-tempered.
And ill-tempered. But a fine... he could have been... If we'd known what we were doing, you could have trained him to be a fine little animal. Or we could have taken him to the gravel pit. No. But we would try to take Buster to various events. He was our mascot, so we would take him to events. So I think it was the Christmas parade, which is held in right after Thanksgiving in Ogden in November. I think they still do it. And so we said, let's have Buster in the parade. We'll walk the parade route with Buster.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a horse trailer, and we managed to get it was kind of hard to get Buster into the trailer. We'd push him in, and he didn't want, but finally we get him into the trailer, and we drive up to the parade route, which is, a mile away or something like that. And we open the back of the horse trailer, and Buster he's like upside down. His legs are sticking in the air. His neck is at an odd angle. And
Buster,
and
no!
Tom goes, "Oh my God! My God, Buster, he's dead! He's dead! We've killed the donkey!" And I mean, he was yelling.
Mm-hmm.
And I get there were horsemen, cowboys in the parade. And this guy heard Tom yelling about the burro being dead, and he comes walking up to the trailer, and he looks in there, and he goes, "Hell, he ain't dead." And he sort of jerked the rope around Buster's neck, and Buster sort of stood up. He ain't dead. What the? He's just a donkey. And so we got him out of the trailer just fine. And actually, I think he walked the entire parade route with Tom leading him by a rope.
I'm going to post it in a minute, but I have a picture of my dad.
Oh,
Tom Barberry in California when he worked at K-Sly. They had a radio station donkey.
Really?
And in the parade, I'll post it, but he had a big sign that said the K-Sly Mobile News Team.
All right, that's it. I'm contacting the FCC today about making sure that radio stations do not get live animals as mascots.
I was wondering. I wonder if
last people should be taking care of animals, radio people.
I was wondering I wonder if there are any pictures around of Buster. Huh.
I'm sure Tom might have some.
I think I used to have some, but
I saw a video of a baby donkey that was being cuddled like a human baby.
Did it have jammies on?
It was all curled up like this, being held by a guy. It was adorable. I thought, they're cute one day, I guess.
They are remarkable animals. I mean, if you train them right, and they can carry a lot of stuff, and But yeah, poor Buster. I don't know what became of Buster. Actually, I
haven't a clue.
I think we must have finally given him to
somebody. Come and take him.
Yeah, he had a farm. He's living on a farm now. I'm sure.
Farm?
Yeah, I'm sure Buster's living on a farm or was living on a farm up in Box Elder County somewhere.
Or the idea of a farm.
Yes, something like that. Or maybe that glue you're using today.
Oh, boo!
Yeah, that could happen too.
Is this a sponsored feature?
It is. Haster Games for board games, Magic, The Gathering, Pokemon, miniatures, dice paints, and more. Haster Games, 6831 South State and HasterGames.com.
All right. Now, so this trailer was released last week, toward the end of the week. I think it was Friday.
Okay.
And it's for the new Venom movie. It's the third one. It's called Venom: The Last Dance, which makes it sound like that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Trilogy, you know. That's how you do things, I guess.
This is your captain speaking. If you look out to your left, you'll see a beautiful view of the Grand Canyon.
Or Venom hanging on the side of the plane. So I mean, you know, it's a fun little trailer. It's got everything from, you know, Eddie running from the military, his alien symbiote Venom pursued by monsters from his own homeworld, and of course there's a cute part where falling off of the plane, Venom makes himself into a parachute, so he's Inspector Gadget now.
Oh, okay.
So very exciting. But what this reveals is we knew that the antagonist in this movie was going to be symbiotes from Venom's home planet.
Okay.
But what we didn't know was that they're also bringing the head symbiote, Null. This was the first time that we had heard that Null was being brought to the film.
This is something you were aware of in comics. Yes?
This is something, this is a comic book thing. This is canon. You know who else didn't know? The people who created Null. They were just as surprised as the rest of us.
Don't they get a check? They should get a check.
They do not get a check.
They should get a check.
They should get a check. But it was funny because I follow both of these guys on Twitter, and they were tweeting about it all weekend. Donnie Cates and Ryan Stegman, fairly early into their Venom run back in 2018. We're talking about the comic books now. Mm-hmm. And Null, his whole deal is that he's the creator of all the symbiotes. Now, the symbiotes are known as the Clintar. He is a powerful cosmic god known as the King in Black.
Okay.
And he showed up in the trailer, much to the surprise of the people who created the character. They didn't know. Both Cates and Stegman tweeted about his inclusion, not knowing what was happening beforehand. Stegman joked that Marvel's big fat check would help him finally be able to afford that lazy river moat around his house. As for Cates, he made his thoughts on the matter pretty clear. He took the Venom logo and swapped the letters around so that it spelled money.
There's no V in.
Well, the V becomes a Y at the end if you do it right.
I was confused.
But if you didn't know, and it sounds like you don't know, comic creators famously do not get financially compensated well or really at all.
That's wrong.
For when a comic creator gets adapted into a movie or show or something like that. These are work-for-hire gigs. You are hired to do a thing, which is why we call it the Spawn rule. Mm-hmm. Todd McFarlane, working for Marvel, had this idea for his own character Spawn, thought about introducing it, but then realized, if I do this, Marvel will own it. Mm-hmm. So he just kept it and then started up his own comic book company. That.
Don't you think they'd just be nice and give them a little something to...
A lot of times what you get is invitation to the premiere and in the credit, at the end of the movie, special thanks to.
Yeah.
And a check. Give them a check.
They don't have to, and they won't.
That's the thing. Donnie Cates later said that he read the script after he found out about in the trailer. He's seemingly positive about whatever direction things are headed. He goes, it's so much bigger, so much more ambitious than you can imagine. There's a movie being made where a character Ryan and I created is fighting a character that Todd McFarlane created. Yes, Todd created Venom. Nothing is going to rob me of thinking that that's really rad.
I mean, it is, but...
it is rad, but you should be getting money.
Yeah.
You should be getting money. But, again, these are work-for-hire gigs, so... You're not going to get that moat around your house, Donnie. Sorry about that. And a trailer I would like you to go watch that I can't play for you because the FCC believes you're all 9 years old.
Okay.
Is, speaking of superhero movies, it's an HBO series called The Franchise, and it's a new comedy series about the making of superhero franchise movies. The story concerns a crew of unloved franchise movie fighting for their place in a savage and truly unruly cinematic universe. And it's got a great cast, including Aya Cash, Hamish Patel, and it looks very funny. They're making a movie called Tecto: Eye of the Storm.
Okay.
And one of the people who created Veep is behind that, so go take a look at that. Okay. We're out of time. We're out of time. That's fine.
But, okay.
That's fine.
That's all right.
I can get to it later in the week. Traffic, Gene.
Crash southbound I-15, milepost 303, that's 33rd South in Salt Lake. That's the only accident that UDOT's reporting. Whatever you're reporting, you send that in via text at 33986. Is your furnace going to last through the winter? We trust our friends at Larson HVAC and Plumbing. They're quick, convenient, and affordable. They fix what needs fixing. Go to larsonhvac.com/X96.
The Boner Recap Game. We're going to play it after some messages and a song. We're going to have that for you coming up. I think the song I'm going to play is on vinyl.
Okay.
I think. I haven't decided yet. I'll let you know. But, yeah, that's coming up. KXRK Provo. But it is the Boner Recap Game. All you have to do is tell us who won the boner this morning. If you were listening, you know. If you weren't listening, you might guess, but why take that chance? Go ahead and cheat. Go to x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner of the Day, September 16, 2024. Click on that, and it'll say winner next to the winner. And what is the prize that you will get?
Tickets to see Breaking Benjamin and Stained coming on October 5th.
Breaking Benjamin and Stained tickets, 877-602-9696. Call, play, win. It's the Boner Recap Game. Very easy to do. Zero res.
Now, I've had Zero Res out at my house recently. So's Carrie. Yeah.
Yes.
You had them out there doing your tile.
They did the top floor of our house is all tile. And so we had them clean all of that. Some sections of the carpet downstairs.
Mhm.
The stairs themselves are carpet. And, the dogs like to lay on the top stair.
Yeah.
And so you gotta get
You
that.
got to do that. Well, and they did your air ducts too, right?
Yes, they pulled all kinds of stuff out.
Yeah, Zero Res, not just for carpets, although that's mainly what we all have them come in for, but they do tile, rugs, upholstery, basically every surface in your home. And right now, you can get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $109. And you can add your air duct cleaning to that, 20% off. It'll help alleviate allergies, enjoy less dust, lower energy bills. Your home will stay cleaner longer. You do have to ask for the X96 special, though, when you schedule your appointment at zerores.com or when you call 801-288-9376. That's 801-288-9376.
X96.
You got a minute?
Restrooms are men's restrooms are terrible places.
Oh, they are.
They are just.
I
terrible
wouldn't
places.
know.
So this is based on a recent experience, like 10 minutes ago. So I'm there in the restroom, standing at the urinal, and then and there is a little partition between. There are 2 urinals side by side, a little partition between them. So I'm standing there. I've got my hand. I'm bracing myself up against the wall, and I'm doing my business. And somebody comes in, and I don't see who it is, and stands. It goes to the urinal to the right of me, and the first thing that happens is I hear, shoo. And then as I'm standing there, and whoever it is standing there, and part way into his business, I hear, oh man,
Really?
oh,
Really?
yeah. Oh.
You don't have to make those noises,
And I'm just standing there going, now, by this time, I am completely done, but I don't move.
No,
I'm going to wait for that person to be done and leave the restroom, which I did. As soon as I heard the hand washing was over and the door opened,
I mean,
I went and washed them.
I'm happy that he's enjoying the experience.
I guess.
So much.
I guess. I don't think I vocalize when I'm certainly not. Maybe I do. I don't know. I'll have to check next time. But I certainly wouldn't do it if somebody else was in there.
I don't know, because I purposely stay out of the bathroom if someone's already in there. If I open the door and I see somebody in there, I'll turn around and I'll leave.
That's what I do too.
Because I like to have my privacy. But you do vocalize every morning, and I keep thinking, should I ask if he's okay?
Oh, when I first come in?
When you get here,
I know.
There's a lot of sighing.
And I keep thinking to myself, should I ask if he's okay?
Yeah, you're right. I know I do that, and there is a reason. To be very honest, I am in considerable pain.
I'm sorry.
That's the reason.
Okay,
And
then I won't ask.
I have my back is not treating me well, and that's pretty much what it is.
I'm sorry to hear that.
But I mean, I'm like when I'm sitting here,
you're fine. Just
pretty much. There's just. But when if I've been moving and walking into the room and carrying my bag, and it's like,
we need to get you a porter.
A porter.
Well, listen, that'd
We
be
need some
nice.
porter.
That'd be nice.
Where do we get a porter?
You know, I'm tempted to start. When I go to the grocery store, I always, even if I can get one item, I get a cart because I can, lean on the
it,
cart
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and use it. I'm tempted to start using those little.
The electric scooters?
Yeah, the little one you drive around the store.
That'd be fun.
And I could.
That's
what they're there for.
I mean, you've got a pass, right?
Yeah, I mean, I have a handicapped pass for my
There
car.
we go.
But you don't need that for I don't think they
Just
even.
take it.
Here. I don't know. I feel weird doing it though.
That's what they're for.
I need to get a little exercise.
I think that if you're going to do it, but commit to it.
Yeah.
And when you go past somebody, go, wee!
Or if there isn't one there, complain to the management.
Complain to the management. There you go.
Yesterday, we at the end of the show, emails, and one of them was talking about how the writer was saying how much he likes our show, and part of the reason he likes it is that we don't do fake radio voices.
Oh.
It's just our normal voices.
So this is
sort of a. I answered the email, and he just sent back another little tag to that.
Is it of
interest?
Is it
what he wants to
Oh, I guess. Yeah.
Email of interest.
He said, I also enjoy the humor of Edward K. Brass, sports announcer and judicial hobbyist.
Judicial hobbyist.
Yes.
Yes.
Ed will be thrilled to hear this.
And then I got this email. Dear Radio from Hell, beloved leaders of radio.
Ooh.
I just received a text message from a random number saying that I owe Utah Toll Services $11 in an unpaid toll. And if I didn't pay it soon, I would be charged $50 in late fees.
Don't do it.
Also in the text message, it had a link to a .com website. Don't worry, I didn't click the link. I went to UDOT's website, and there they have on their news and alerts section details about the FBI public service announcement and about these text scams.
Yep.
On the page, it states Express Lane program does not use text messages to request payment for fines or tolls. I just wanted to spread the word to our friends of the program. And for more details, you can see the UDOT website. Just go to udot.utah.gov and look up express lanes and alerts.
There you go.
And if you get one of those emails, do not click on it. You don't. They're just trying to get money and get information, your access to your information.
You had an email?
I have a quick email.
Okay.
Hello, Gina. My name is Joe. I've listened to the show since the 90s in KJQ. The reason for this email is to let everyone know that despite having disabilities, you're able to do anything you can work toward. My wife is on supplemental oxygen and fighting lupus, and she still continues to run 5K, 10K, and half marathons. She's been nominated to be on the cover of Ms. Health and Fitness.
Wow.
Also comes with a prize that would allow her the funds to get her better oxygen equipment. I was hoping you could spread the word. She's currently in 12th place, and I would love to see her win. So if you'd like to vote for Ms. Tori Sutton for Ms. Health and Fitness, just go to mshealthandfit.com, and you can vote for a friend of the program, Tori.
Well, there we go.
That's very nice to do.
There were certainly a couple of emails of interest.
Coming soon to an Android phone near you, a fart button.
No thanks.
And what do you mean? She says no thanks. You go, okay.
I go, okay.
At first reported by 9 to 5 Google, Android users on the beta update channel are noticing a new menu in calls made with the Google phone app, dubbed Audio Emoji. This surprise new feature gives callers a soundboard with 6 different sound effects, which both sides of the call can hear. So you're on a call with somebody.
There might be something else I want.
You're on a call with somebody. You could you could hear clapping, laughing, some sort of celebration, the sad trombone. Wah, wah. ba-dum-tum, a
Rim shot.
Rim shot. And for some reason, what do you mean for some reason? For a great reason, fart sounds.
Mm-hmm.
Really, the only thing that's emoji about them is that the buttons to play the sounds are emojis. And so you're talking to somebody and you can go based on. I think that's great.
You just did it. Why do you need it?
It's
kind of cooler to do it this way.
No, well, let's see who can make the best fart sound. Here's mine. Gina? Carrie? Carrie?
Let me.
No, not a real one.
Not a real one?
No.
Oh, okay.
We're in the third grade. I'm sorry. All right, that's probably about it.
All right.
Michael and Draper, not Mike, it's Michael.
Oh, he's one of those.
Yeah. So he just wants to make that clear.
Draper.
And Draper.
Played that because I had the vinyl.
I'm surprised they allowed that to be put on a 45 RPM record.
I am surprised as well. Honestly, I'm surprised that it got played at all. I mean, it's a good song and all, but man.
But man.
But I mean, man.
I mean, hey, come.
No, don't. Okay. Well, let's see what we got here. Oh, it's time for the Boner recap.
That sure is. And that means we have a contestant, right?
Yes, let me get. Looks like Mitch is here.
Hi, Mitch.
Hi, everybody.
What's going on?
Oh, nothing much. Just working the day away.
What do you do, Mitch?
You guys.
What do you do?
I work for Hill Air Force Base.
Okay. Mitch, I'm going to read these boner candidates. You tell me successfully who the winner was, and you will win a fine prize, which is what, Gina?
X96 welcomes Breaking Benjamin and Stained to the Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater on October 5th.
That's a pretty good prize. So, did you hear the boner candidates earlier, Mitch?
Yes, I did.
Oh, you'll find this easy then, man. Here we go. Number one, racist lies about Haitians in Ohio have consequences here in Salt Lake. There's a guy who owns a Haitian food truck. His name is Rudy Salvatore. He owns Makaya Caters, a food truck serving a taste of Haiti. He normally makes $1,000 at least at the farmer's market. This past week he made only $300, and somebody came up and said, you had a dog or cat? These are all a result of the racist comments made by J.D. Vance and Donald Trump about Haitians eating cats and dogs in Springfield, Ohio. That's that one. Number two, you get assaulted, it's your own fault, That's Park City School District, who has suspended a volleyball coach, because talking to young women players and saying, if you get assaulted, just remember it is your fault if you're sexually assaulted. The coach has been placed on leave, and I would imagine will not be working for the district or the school much longer. And boner candidate number three, you just pat them in the wrong way, and they take it sexually inappropriately. That's a Republican Senate or House candidate, rather, in Maryland, who has twice now voted against attempts to repeal Maryland laws prohibiting defendants from being prosecuted for second-degree rape and fourth-degree sex offenses if the victim was married to the accused person or was incapacitated, like in a coma during the assault.
These are all really good candidates today.
Which one was the winner, Mitch?
I believe it was number one that won.
Yes, you're correct, Mitch. Number one was the winner. You get to go see Breaking Benjamin, and we just need a little information from you, so hang on the line, and then we'll let you get back to making missiles or whatever you do.
Making missiles.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, hang on. I was
making missiles.
I was meaning to look up the names of missiles.
Names of missiles?
Yeah, because, there's...
Polaris.
They're talking about... long-range missiles being given to Ukraine, so they can fire. And some of the names of the missiles that I heard were, the French make one called Scalp.
The Minuteman. The Titan, the Sidewinder,
Yeah, they gotta have names.
the Harpoon.
Yeah, see, there you go. You gotta have names like
The
a
Javelin.
like a 14-year-old boy thought of them. That's what it sounds like to me.
The Poseidon.
The Javelin. Yeah, they gotta have cool names because
The Viper.
the Viper have to
The
have cool
Hornet.
names. Yeah,
The Hound Dog.
the
I'm
Hound
not
Dog.
afraid of the Hound Dog.
Dealing out death with the Viper.
I only remember Polaris from the original Batman movie, because the Army just sold, it's used, submarines
Yeah.
and stuff to the Penguin.
Sure.
Of course.
Why would they do that?
Did we do a bad thing, Batman? He asked.
I think the Polaris was a submarine missile.
But
wasn't
yeah,
it?
they had stock footage. They used stock footage of that, and it was the Polaris
Mm-hmm.
missile. It was the Riddler shooting missiles up into the air to skywrite his riddles up in the sky.
What was the one they wanted to build out in the Utah desert that was on tracks so that you'd move it around?
Oh,
remember that? And they were going to do it.
Star Wars?
No, it's just they were.
Oh, what was it?
Yeah, I can't remember. And they were probably going to do it, except finally the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, in a rare move, said we don't really think this is a good idea to have this in Utah. And,
Someone will text it.
yeah, somebody will remember. I can't remember the name of it now. It'll come to me.
Yeah.
The Popeye, that's not scary.
No. Missiles and water park slides have the same names, the texter says.
Yes.
Also invented by 14-year-old boys.
Oh, yeah, here we go. The Typhoon. That's
The
a
Typhoon.
water slide name.
The MX is what
The
you're
MX, that's right.
Thank you. Guy in the chat room.
Thank you.
Always
the
count
MX.
on you. Ah.
The Gladiator.
Yeah, also a water slide
Nearly
name.
killed him.
Hardly knew her. The Gladiator. Is that a missile? Really?
Yeah, these could all be water park slides.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, there's a Satan.
Another water park slide.
The Scrooge. The Scud.
The Scud. Oh yeah,
Remember the
Scud
Scud
missiles.
missile?
Yeah. Scud missiles. I can't. And some of those are I think Scud is an acronym for something.
Yeah, it is.
The Silkworm. Not scary.
No.
The Sky Sword.
The Sky Sword?
The Sky Sword.
Sword?
There's a W.
You just do that to be cute, don't you?
No, I have a hard time with sword.
The word sword.
Sword.
Sword. It's a sword.
If the eagle soars, and he did the same thing yesterday, what did he do yesterday?
He soared.
He soared.
There you
But
go.
there's no W in that word.
In your mind, if you picture it.
That's-
Picture it that way.
The eagle soared with his sword.
All right. We'll take a break. We'll be back after these messages with some big boy news and a pinuendo for you. Stand by.
I have a quick thing.
Quick thing? Go ahead. Quick thing.
So you know my sailor son Festus.
Yes.
He's on underway.
On and underway.
He's on and underway.
He's at sea.
He's at sea.
Oh, okay. All right.
His first time out for a long extended period of time.
And did he find out where they're shipping?
Well, no, he's last week. He's like, Mom, I'm going to be gone for 10 days. They don't tell me where I'm going. I'll talk to you when I get back. So yesterday I'm out walking the dog.
Okay.
I come home. I didn't take my phone with me on the walk, and I look down and I have a missed call and a voice message.
Uh-oh.
Mom, we were close enough to shore that I had service, and I thought I would call you. You know, like a ship to shore call. And I thought I would call you and tell you what the ocean smells like out here in the Bahamas. But you're not home, but now I'm not going to tell you.
So he's in the Bahamas, picking up some cigars for the Admiral, probably.
Yeah.
We got to get these cigars back to the Admiral, so see you later.
I was so bummed I missed his call.
Well, I have many questions.
Why don't you take your phone with you?
Yes.
Oh.
I would
That's
always
my first
take my
question.
phone.
Oh, I
You're
don't
out
know.
for a walk.
Yeah.
Yeah. What if something happened?
You could get kidnapped.
Yeah.
I could. You're right.
Or
you
you
think
could
I
get-
would be
Or somebody
paranoid.
could steal your phone.
I'm trying to think like Gina. You could get kidnapped. Someone could kidnap the dog.
Yeah.
When my kid goes for my kid likes to go for a walk almost every day. I always say, take your phone.
Yeah,
with
I
you.
mean, I just did it for. It wasn't a purposeful thing. I just forgot it. But I'm so mad because, and he said I won't be back on shore till Thursday. I'll call you then. But
Ask him if he can get me some of those cigars.
you want some of those cigars?
For the Admiral.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Admiral's cigars that he's, or something. You know, he's picking up a case of rum.
Yeah.
For the Admiral.
Well, I so bummed. That's my little quick hello sailor. boy.
Was he breaking protocol by even saying
I
where
don't
he
know.
was? I don't
know.
And are you breaking protocol saying
Maybe.
where he was?
I don't know. There's a Navy ship somewhere in the Bahamas.
All the security.
You see why you should take your phone?
I'll give you the full update when he calls on Thursday.
Please.
Aren't you wondering?
No, a little.
Curious.
Oh,
So many questions.
There's good rum there.
yeah.
Good rum out there.
Mm-hmm. Right now. So you got a good chunk of news here. Brought to you by.
The stars, planets, and everything you see in the sky make up less than 5% of the universe. What makes up the other 95%? Find out as Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson narrates Dark Universe, now playing in Hanson Dome Theater at Clark Planetarium.
You know, you're talking earlier, Gina, about what the University of Utah does or does not for the Ute Nation, the Ute Indian tribe. This fall, the terms of their long-standing agreement are up for debate as the U and the tribe work toward an updated version that will take effect in 2025. The negotiations come as the university enters a new era in sports as a member of the Big 12 Conference, where the U is expected to earn millions more in media rights, and its teams are attracting a brighter national spotlight. The coinciding changes invite the question, is the University of Utah doing enough for the tribe in return to make it a fair deal? The Salt Lake Tribune has investigated the terms of past agreements, and the findings point to a lopsided relationship where the university has continued to reap clear and sustained substantial financial benefits. Meanwhile, the tribe's primary request, that its youth succeed both in K through 12 education and in college, has largely been limited or gone unmet by the university. Here's a breakdown of the Trib's findings. No real enrollment progress. The U doesn't formally track the enrollment of youth students, but its estimates for the number attending the school now show little to no substantial gains since the 1950s. For example, it appears only one enrolled Ute was among the university's 35,000 students in 2023. No minimum requirement for scholarships. The tribe has asked for scholarships for its students to attend the university, but the U has no minimums for the number it must award or the amount. In fact, for the past 2 academic years, not counting the current one, there were 0 Ute students receiving any scholarship money, and some qualified students are being passed over, not providing enough to cover tuition. The latest agreement states that the agreement that's in place now states that a specific scholarship amount, and the U has declined the tribe's request to boost that number to cover tuition increases, leaving at least a $2,600 gap for those now granted a so-called full award.
It should pay for everything.
No graduation benchmarks. If Utes do attend the university, there are no mandates for monitoring their progress or providing help if they're struggling with classes. Limited progress in supporting K through 12. So apparently there's a lot of stuff that's going undone and unmet, and yet in this story, and it's a long story, and it's in the Tribune today.
If you read all the way to the end, they say part of the problem is there just aren't as many Utes as there used to be.
Mm-hmm.
And they're considering changing. It's called the blood quantum, which is what percentage.
How much Ute blood you have in you.
Yeah, and they're thinking if they change that, there will be more eligible people for these scholarships. But they absolutely should cover everything for these kids. That shouldn't cost them anything at all to go to school.
In the 10 full academic years, the Ute Scholarship has been offered. 15 different students have received some funding from it, but the 2021-22 school year saw that most students at 7, according to the U's data, which does not identify specific recipients in order to comply with privacy laws. Most years, it's been 3 or 4. For the first 2 years, it was 2 students. This fall, it's 3. That's not enough, said Forrest Cooch, who is an alum of Westminster, and he used to be the tribal president as well.
They should open it up, and they should reach out to. I don't know how much they're seeking out kids to bring in, and it should cost them nothing.
And but at the same time, when you talk to tribal leaders, they say they want.
They want the association.
They like the fact that the university uses the Ute name. It gives them a sense of pride.
And now's the time. If they're renegotiating their contract, these are some things they should address.
And apparently they haven't really been fulfilling the current contract very well between and the university is making a lot of money. Just selling logoed merchandise for one thing.
Yeah, they should.
Anyway, there's a lengthy article, if you want to read it, in the Tribune today. Goes into quite a lot of detail. Let's see. Darius Rucker.
Hootie and the Blowfish.
He was reportedly sentenced to 11 months and 29 days of probation in his drug possession case. Earlier this year, Rucker was booked into the Williamson County Jail on 2 counts of simple possession and violation of registration. I assume that means his vehicle. On Tuesday, Rucker appeared in court and pleaded no contest to a single charge of simple possession. The other 2 charges were dropped as part of a plea agreement. The Williamson County District Attorney's Office cited Rucker's good character when recommending the other charges be dropped. It does not say possession of what? What kind of drug? It just says possession.
Ibuprofen.
Yeah, I don't think so. Rucker, he's been fairly successful as a country artist.
Mm-hmm.
I only want to smoke a doob. Doesn't say what drug, though.
No. Meryl Streep and Martin Short are staying close at the 2024 Emmy Awards. Streep sat by her longtime friend Short at the Peacock Theater in Los Angeles,
They're adorable.
fueling rumors that they're having a romance. The pair's outing together at the annual award ceremony comes months after representatives for Short shut down rumors regarding the nature of his relationship with Meryl Streep after the pair appeared particularly close at the 2024 Golden Globes. At that time, a representative for Short told people the pair are just very good friends, nothing more. Short later dismissed those rumors on Bill Maher's podcast that same month, as he said, the 2 stars are not a couple, we are just very close friends. Why can't we just let it go at that?
They're a cute couple.
I'd like them to be a couple, but...
Is her husband dead or something?
No, she got divorced.
Oh, did she?
Yeah. His wife died a long time ago.
She got divorced from Mr. Gummer?
Yeah.
Let's see what else we have here. Stanley Tucci. He says he's shocked and confused by his transformation from actor to foodie sex symbol.
He's totally a sex symbol.
He says,
You're hot, Stanley Tucci.
I have no idea how this happened, he said. People must have been desperate, is all I can say. The Devil Wears Prada star's culinary and cocktail-making prowess delighted millions during the lockdown in 2020, engendering some serious swooning. I'm just thinking he's not very bright because he keeps looking for Italy, apparently, and he can't find it.
Yesterday, my sister sent me a video clip of Stanley Tucci and Jim from The Office. Why can't I think of his name?
Jim. It's Jim.
It's his brother-in-law.
Yeah.
They're married to sisters.
Emily Blunt.
Yeah, but why can't I think of his name?
Wait, so Stanley Tucci is married to Emily Blunt's sister?
Yes.
Huh.
And so Emily Blunt and Jim from The Office hang out a lot.
But there's a video, and Jim from The Office and Stanley Tucci are doing an event at Madison Square Garden. Probably one of the...
Is it a fight?
No.
John Krasinski.
Thank you. Stanley Tucci has a book, and John Krasinski's
knows how to read.
Well, it's going to be it's interviewing him on stage about the book.
He'll be hosting.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so Selena Gomez made a quip about childless cat ladies in an apparent reference to J.D. Vance's remarks. Apparent reference to his remarks about belittling women who don't have kids.
Yeah.
During a bit on stage with her Only Murders in the Building co-star Martin Short and Steve Martin, Gomez laughed uncontrollably as Martin and Short playfully fired digs at each other. The singer then chimed in to share what she loves about her co-stars. Let me say what an honor it is to work with two guys who are this far away from being childless cat ladies, she said. Yeah, and Candice Bergen, I think you played that, didn't you?
I didn't play it on the air, no.
She took a dig at Vance's comments.
Selena Gomez reached the $1 billion club just recently. She is a billionaire.
Good for her.
Candice Bergen remembered how then Vice President Dan Quayle in 1992 criticized her character on the series Murphy Brown, a woman who consciously decided to raise a baby on her own. Oh, how far we've come, she said. Today, a Republican candidate for vice president would never attack a woman for having kids.
No, they're encouraging you to have kids.
So, as they say, my work here is done.
Meow.
Vance and former President Donald Trump's running mate has faced scrutiny over comments he made. Yeah, we know that. We don't need to read that. I do like the fact that Donald Trump has announced that he's going into cryptocurrency now.
Perfect.
Well, he's the ultimate con man. Why not go with the ultimate con?
Yeah, he's going to do that. And I'm sure he'll make millions off of other people. It's just
a fool and his money are soon parted, Bill.
That's what they say. I forgot to talk about the cat testicle calendar last week on the All Day Show.
That's timeless, isn't it?
Well, it's these are it's the 2025 edition of the Nayatama calendar, and as always, there are unusual linguistics involved here. In Japanese, Nyan is an onomatopoeia for a cat meowing. So if you want to, instead of writing meow, they write Nyan. That's yeah. And by extension, it can be used to refer to cats themselves. Tama means orb or orbs. Japanese doesn't distinguish between singular and plural nouns, which is also a slang word for testicles. So yes, the Nayantama calendar is a calendar with pictures prominently presenting cats with balls, with testicles.
Oh.
And the pictures are quite stunning. How did calendar maker Hagoromo come up with this idea? Well, it goes back to Nikkan Gende, a long-running gossip tabloid. Once a year, Gende does a gag issue that's all about cats. And the Netanyama section was one of their favorite parts, and that positive reaction inspired the creation of the calendar. Please feel soothed by the powered-up cat testicles, says Hagoromo in the announcement that promises somehow improved cat nuts compared to the previous iterations of the calendar, which has been published since 2022. So this is the third publishing of this calendar, and the pictures of these cats, and they're real cats, and their testicles are prominently featured.
Oh,
okay.
Well, they say they're soothing.
No.
Soothing?
Yes. Please enjoy these testicles.
No.
Decorating your room with the calendar and carrying the card that came with the calendar with you at all times. There they are.
I'll pass.
Yeah,
Bill's being soothed right now.
I think I'm soothed. Yeah, I'm pretty soothed. Boy, that guy's magnificent. There you go.
Magnificent.
Mm-hmm.
Weather.
An approaching fall storm will bring some changes to the weather. Wind gusts up to 50 miles an hour are anticipated over western Utah today. Strong to severe storms possible over northern Utah this afternoon ahead of the storm. Behind it, highs Tuesday will be 20 degrees cooler than today, so we'll be in the 80s today, the 60s tomorrow. Do you wish you had younger, healthier-looking skin? The Elite Aesthetics team at Canyons Medical Center can help make your wish a reality. I'm going there today to get the microneedling. I'll let you know how it goes. Visit canyonsmedical.com services menu for details.
Thank you.
Don't miss a single moment of the Radio from Hell show.
used to watch Love It or List It.
Yeah.
What is that, a home improvement show?
Yeah, and try to guess if they were going to love it or list it. Because they make you wait till the very end before are you going to love it or are you going to list it? And I was shocked so often. Like, oh, they're totally going to list it. They're totally.
And then they loved it.
Yeah, and then they loved it. Didn't see that coming at all.
Not at all.
Nope.
I can't. I couldn't watch those shows very much.
But so many of them are in Canada because they always talk about the ensuite. Nobody calls it an ensuite here.
What's an ensuite?
It's a master bathroom.
That's the ensuite?
That's the ensuite. That's how you can tell they're in Canada. They are in the Northwest.
Well, I'm confused now because designer Hillary, and designer is her first name. She's British or something, right?
Yeah.
But is she British?
I think so. Yeah.
What show is she on?
She's on Love It or List It.
Oh. Is that one still on where it's this couple, the guy's big burly guy and his wife,
Yeah.
and they went back to this little town?
They're
small
like
town?
hometown or
Yeah.
something.
They
Yeah.
went to their hometown.
Yeah, they're
and-
still a thing.
Yeah, I did kind of like that show.
Yeah.
Because he was, but I don't like JoJo and Skip.
Chip and JoJo?
I thought it was Skip.
It's Chip and JoJo.
I don't care for them. I don't believe their act for a second. I don't believe that they really like each other.
No?
No, I don't. Because she's very serious, and he's just a chucklehead.
Yeah. You don't think
Yeah.
what could she see in him?
Well, they just don't seem they don't seem well matched.
She's certainly the brains.
Yeah.
I would say. Yeah, he's just a yo-yo. That's all he and I just don't believe.
But we were talking actually on Friday on the All Day Show about those shows and how, because remember, Bill, you did a story about that there's one coming to Park City, and the requirements you have to have if you want to participate in it.
Ugh.
And part of it is you have to have all the money it takes to renovate. They're not coming in and renovating your house for free. You have to pay for it.
On all of those shows?
Yep.
So that big burly guy and his petite wife,
They make those people pay.
you have to give them money?
Yeah.
I thought they did these things out of the goodness of their heart,
Or-
and the big money from the HGTV.
TV is always you get to be on TV.
You get to be on TV.
Always.
I don't.
Every time.
I have no desire to be on TV.
No?
No. I mean, I'll do it if I have to do it, but I don't want to do it. I never wanted to be on TV. Never wanted to be a
TV person. But but you're an actor, Bill.
yeah, but I didn't want to. I mean, if I'd somehow gotten a series, or
you
something,
would have been on TV.
Yeah, but that's different.
Yeah.
Just being on TV as myself, I don't want to do that. Because I might be forced to look at myself on occasion, which I don't like to do.
Oh, I remember hearing about this.
What?
We're moving away from the term master bedroom and master bath.
Yeah. It's
because it's slavery adjacent.
What is it? Your primary, or what are they calling it?
I don't know. What are they calling it in Canada? Ensuite?
Ensuite is the bathroom. So maybe it's just the suite.
Maybe it's just the suite.
How about, or just why can't you just call it the bedroom?
Well, because you need to differentiate
the big bedroom, and there's a little bedroom.
The big bedroom.
We'll take we get the big bedroom.
And I told you I've done remotes at these new developments where the houses are. There are two, for lack of a better word, master bedrooms. They're equally big. There's not one bigger than the other. They both have big closets.
Is that for swingers?
No, it's for couples that want they're married, but they want their own.
They want their own rooms.
Room, and it's bedroom, closet, bathroom. But there's not one that's bigger than the other. They're equally sized. It's a thing.
And then and then there are other smaller bedrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. But why not just call it the big bedroom, and the medium bedroom, and the little bedroom?
That's what the Three Bears would do.
Or you call the kids' bedroom and the parents' bedroom.
Guy says the term is primary bedroom.
Primary, yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. The primary bedroom.
Ensuite. We need an ensuite here in the studio.
In the studio.
Would be nice, because just last break before I had to slip out of the studio very quickly while you were still doing the traffic because the bathroom is a long way away.
You have to plan.
And I was not going to make it if I didn't go then. It would have been very embarrassing.
Although that makes me think we don't want one in here. Because then it's close.
Yeah.
No, it's better if it's down the hall.
Why?
I think. Why?
Yeah.
I don't want to smell anything. I don't want to hear
or
anything.
noises.
I don't want to hear. Yeah, the noises are worse even.
Well, if it were, there's an empty studio. Let's turn that empty studio next to us.
We could
into
and
a bathroom.
Soundproof it. We could
It's already
soundproof it.
It's already sort of soundproof.
Yeah. Okay.
You're not going to hear anything in there.
Well, there's a Lowe's bucket in there, Bill. You could just.
I almost had to do that. That was a close one. I haven't had a close one like that in a long time. I was standing here going, I gotta go, man. I've just got to get out of here.
Ensuite is any room with a bathroom attached. So a secondary or kid's bedroom
could have an ensuite.
Could have an ensuite.
Okay.
We said yes and then no to the ensuite here in the studio in a matter of seconds. I love how we're able to make these decisions.
Yeah.
Oh,
Turn that
Johnny B
studio-
says I have 2 main bedrooms in my house.
Huh.
Okay. It's a sleep divorce, is what
Sleep
they call
divorce?
it. Mm-hmm.
You don't have to sleep separately in separate rooms all the time, but sometimes it's nice. Why don't you stay over tonight, honey?
You want to have a sleepover?
Yeah. Come on over.
Sleepover.
Come on over across the hall and to my room. We'll sleep in this one.
No, then that's what you argue about. No, you come to my room.
But mine has ensuite.
Mine has a Lowe's bucket.
Lowe's bucket. That's like an ensuite.
Sure. It's blue.
Well, then it's not. Oh, yeah, because the Home Depot bucket's orange. It's a Lowe's
right.
bucket.
Lowe's bucket's blue.
We go to Lowe's. We're a Lowe's family.
We prefer their buckets.
Yes.
We prefer
the Lowe's bucket to the Home Depot bucket.
Separate bedrooms is a great way to kill your sex life. Yes, but think of all the sleep you'll catch up on. And
It's good for your health.
We keep reading studies about how people aren't getting enough sleep.
Do you have any idea why it would be, and maybe I'm missing this, that at the Home Depot parking lot, there are always those guys out there, who they want to, help you load your car. They want you to. I think people come by and sort of hire them as day labor and stuff. But I don't think you see that at Lowe's.
I don't know.
I don't think you see all those guys standing in the Lowe's parking lot. I wonder why that would
I
be.
don't know.
But I think that's the case.
I don't go to enough hardware stores, I guess.
I'm not handy at all.
I like going to the Ace. That's my favorite.
Yeah, I got the Ace next to my house.
I need
That's
the Ace
place
bucket.
with the helpful hardware folks.
I need an Ace bucket is what I need.
Yeah.
And they have popcorn and strange sodas and different kinds of candy.
We can't have separate bedrooms in our house.
Why?
It'd confuse the dogs.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
true.
They wouldn't know who to sleep with.
That would be like divorce. Like you have to choose mommy or daddy.
Exactly. Exactly.
When I was a kid, I would let the cats sleep with me, and now I just can't imagine sleeping with a pet. It doesn't. I couldn't do it.
Well, Ripley is now Mama's girl, so she sleeps
curls up
right
there.
next to
Yeah.
her shoulder, and now Hudson will sleep either here or up here with me. All right, we will take a break. We'll be back. Speaking of dogs, Underdog Fantasy.
Yes, indeed. It is the time of year for Underdog Fantasy because the football is back, and football games can get even more exciting when you realize you can win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on your favorite players' stats. Higher or lower on touchdowns or passing yards, all kinds of stats. And for somebody like me who's kind of an idiot about those things, this is really easy. Underdog Fantasy. If you and I enjoy doing it, gives you a little more pleasure from the game, a little more excitement. Making picks on Underdog is straightforward, and signing up is even easier. Just head over to Underdog's simple-to-use mobile app or UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up with promo code ALLRED, and Underdog will give you a free pick to use in your first cash pick'em entry, plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code ALLRED to claim your new customer special and your free pick and your deposit offer. You must be 18 years of age or older, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operate. Terms apply. If you are worried about your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Win.
Gina, is this an official edition?
Well, it's no. This is no. This is other.
Oh.
My other.
Oh, your other song. I thought this was a Hello
No.
Sailor Boy.
No,
I had the music
no.
already.
No. This is Muhammad, not the prophet, my
No.
son.
Yeah.
So we signed up with this company that helps you with college recruiting for sports for your kids.
Oh,
This
is it that one that all those people went
Yeah.
to jail for?
So I might go to jail for this. No, what all those people went to jail for is they faked the sports that, oh yeah, she plays water polo and she's
on the road
rowing
team.
and but these exist for kids that actually play sports, and it helps get them in the line of sight for college coaches looking for
Okay.
So Muhammad is doing 2 sports. Our attorney Ed Brass will be happy. He's doing golf, and which
Good.
Katie also did, and he's doing soccer. And so these companies help you create a profile where you put clips of yourself playing the sport, and you put up your report card, and if you've want to.
What company is this?
It's NCSA.
Oh, okay. I did something like this, but it wasn't that one.
Yeah. There's a lot of them out there, and they just sort of help get you in contact with coaches. And
Do they distribute your information to hundreds of places? Or
as
how-
many as you want. You can
see.
you can go on and you can say, I'm interested in going to these schools, and they'll help get you in contact with the coaches.
And how old is the son?
He's 15. But you have to start this now. In fact, they said, well, you're a little late. You should have started last year. But
And they see, and my mother said when I was 15, she said, "Are you really going to go to college?"
But part of it is coaching on. They do nutrition coaching. They do profile They do here's how to get a good video clip to put. It's all this kind
How to
of
tie your
coaching.
shoes,
Yeah.
things like that.
And there are family meetings, but then there are just like Zoom calls with just Muhammad, and where they talk about things he can do. And so Muhammad is on a Zoom call with one of these coaches.
Not the prophet.
Not the prophet, my son.
Uh-huh.
And he needed the coach asked for some information, and he said, "Oh, let me go get it." And in the interim, he got hung up on accidentally, and so the coach called back and went straight to Muhammad's voicemail, and here's what he heard.
Okay.
Hello. If you want to call me back, you can, or just leave a message. Thank you.
So that's
The mailbox is full and cannot accept any.
That's Muhammad's voicemail
That
message.
he recorded when he was 3.
Exactly. And the coach called back, and he answered, and he said, "Is that your phone?"
Was the coach not smart enough to figure out that
Well,
it was him when he was 3?
Because Muhammad now he's got a really deep. His voice has changed.
forces it down.
He's down here now, and
I talk like this now.
the coach said before college coaches start calling you, because they will, you might want to change your voicemail so you don't sound like a 7-year-old kid.
Listen, tell Muhammad this. I'll do it for him. Hi, this is Muhammad.
There you go.
Hi.
That's perfect.
Yeah, I'm serious. Hi, this is Muhammad. If you're a coach, I love you, baby.
Here, play it again, Katie, so we'll compare and contrast.
Hello. If you want to call me back, you can, or just leave a message. Thank you.
Hello. If you want to call me back, you can, or just leave a message.
Perfect.
Okay, I'll do it.
But I'm sad because Muhammad's like, well, I guess I have to change it. I'm like, I love your voicemail message.
My voicemail. Well, you can keep it. You have it now on tape.
I love it so much. A few months ago, I said to Katie, I said, will you help me preserve this? Because I'm worried he's going to change it. And it's so adorable.
Last year. It was not a month
Was it
ago.
last
It was last year.
You know what's creepy is that, speaking of voicemail, I don't know, 20 years ago, my wife said, "Will you record the voice message for me?" You know, so when I call her and I get her voicemail, I hear my voice saying, "Jennifer Parsons is not available. Could you please leave a message?" And it freaks me out every time I hear my own voice.
Have you guys ever had this? Because I've had it happen a couple of times where we meet friends of the program out, and I've been asked to record. Hey,
we used to offer
Gina,
that as a. We should
Gina
do
Barbarian, you've reached Jimmy Santangelo's phone. Please.
Yeah, we should still do that. I mean, anytime if you want us to record the voice message on your phone, I'll be happy to do it if I got a couple of seconds. Hi, this is Bill Allred. Hang up.
What do you want?
Hi, this is Bill Allred. You've reached Sandra's phone, and she doesn't want to talk to you.
Get out.
Get away from me.
I think my message would be something along the lines of, hi, you've reached Dave's phone. Does anybody leave voicemail anymore, really? Why don't you just text? Come on.
Just send a text.
Yeah, I mean, even when I get a voice, I very seldom leave a message anymore. I just hang up and text.
Yeah. And the only people that should be leaving messages are like businesses, perhaps.
Well, bill collectors.
Yeah, your doctor, things like that. Yeah.
But my older two kids had adorable tiny children voicemail messages, and I didn't say. I can still hear them in my head, but I wish I had them recorded like that. And now we're going to lose Muhammad's too, so I'm a little sad about that.
Well, I think that Muhammad should do it himself, but he should sing it to the tune of the greatest American hero. Believe it or not, Muhammad isn't at home.
Please leave a message.
Please leave a message at the beep.
This is Muhammad. You want me on your team.
I can't come to the phone right now. I'm out practicing golf and or soccer.
I'm working out.
Depending on.
I'm putting on some pounds.
I'm doing arms today.
Someone says you should sell voicemail messages for the road home for charity. Like we'll do your voicemail message for a donation. That's a good idea.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
All right. Let's. Traffic, Gina, please. Aboosh.
This just in.
What?
To all fans, this is from the Jane's Addiction Instagram page. The band have made the difficult decision to take some time away as a group. As such, they will be canceling the remainder of the tour, including the date here in Utah.
Do they specifically say, including the date here in
Yeah,
Salt
they
Lake?
specifically
Do they?
say
Really?
refunds for canceled dates will be issued at your point of purchase. Thank you, Jane's Addiction. Because they're children and can't. The thing that's maddening about this, Perry Farrell has plenty of money. Dave Navarro has plenty of money. There's a lot of people associated with tours that a lot of backline people that probably had an opportunity to work on another tour, and they chose to work on this one. They're out of a job now.
Yeah.
Well, that's comes with the territory, though.
I mean, it does, but it's, a bunch of babies that can't, figure out how to work together. It's in all of our best
Oh,
interest.
shut up. Just shut up, okay?
It's in all of our best interest to figure out how to work together.
You go ahead. Yeah, you try to do that.
There's other people involved.
All right. Let's do the promo. Get out of here.
Okay.
It's time once again for Utah Word of the Day with Mayor of Mona, Don Criddle, and his boy Denver.
Do I have to?
Yeah, Miss Allred. My daddy's been itching to do Mona Community Notes.
I'm not itching to do anything, Denver.
Why are you always scratching yourself then, Daddy?
Now I'm itching to tan your hide, boy.
See, Bill, like that.
Yeah, okay. Utah Word of the Day tomorrow. Radio from Hell show on X96, if I must.
There we go.
Well, that was it, wasn't it? I could just write that. That's the Utah Word of the Day right there. I'll think of something. Maybe.
You usually do.
What's happening in Mona?
I'll look. I'll find out. I've got spies down there.
Spies?
Yeah.
Mona
Or
spies?
informants.
Informants.
A better way to say it, I guess.
No, I like spies. Spies is cool.
I think I know what's going to happen. I think Denver has decided he's going to become an influencer.
Ooh. That's where all the money is, Daddy. Have you tried that eye cream? It's made from hooves.
He's gonna become an influencer, and he's going to show people the way you can successfully pick your nose in polite company.
And wood burning.
Wood burning sets are good.
So lots of wood burning on Instagram.
That's why I'm going to do it.
Oh,
There's no wood burning
okay.
on
It's
Instagram.
an
I'll be the only one.
Untapped market.
Yeah. All right. Fine job. Fine job, producer's booth, both of you. Thank you. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
I'm not handy at all.